has been that Dumond is not even technically alive in the same way that humans are. Dumond is a literary construct so thoroughly attached to a man that the only way to actually really kill him is either do it in an incredibly thematically appropriate way or somehow make everyone or make that entire trope fall out of fashion.
Everywhere.
Yes, you would have to completely destroy an entire subgenre of fiction to actually permanently kill him without doing something to him.
And you would have to do it across your entire narrative frame of reference.
He's like the avatar of a very specific kind of potboiler.
He's like a fungus. Even if you wipe out every adventure novel in your universe, the first time you get a multiversal adventurer comes in with a bucket full of paperbacks, you're in trouble again.
Tell me that Dumond has people in the crew doing that. Like they get into like a side vessel, like a dinghy attached to the Spirit of the Unknown, and they just go out seeding the entire universe. Wait,
they can't do that.
Sam, as a quick side note to what we were talking about earlier, if I bump it down to Go First 4, would that make the price cut in half?
Kind of, yeah, if you're only at 2 points per die. The goal is to be at 1 point per die?
Yeah, so I think I might do that. Well, weird. I guess I can do that.
Okay. Now,
I'm technically over the other way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. Let's start out. So the Gear Boys. We're gonna say this is an interception. You guys have dropped off your cargo. And we're gonna say, we didn't just as per the plot, you were going off to your next objective. Everything seemed like it was going to plan. When from the sky...
Captain, black sails on the horizon!
Massive ships with honeycomb wires sailing on the solar winds themselves crest from the clouds. And at the helm of one of them, you guys see a mad captain with a giant golden tooth. And Derek, would you please describe Captain Dumond?
Yes. Captain Dumond looks like the very stereotype of an 1890s British colonial adventurer in deepest Africa. Captain Dumond looks like he fights lions and then befriends lions and then kills them and then goes back and has a drink. Captain Dumond is an adventurer. That is the purest essence of Captain Dumond. And right now, Captain Dumond, in his safari hat and jacket, is pissed.
So, seeing the good captain and knowing who he...
Safari guy?
Where's the fucking image of Sir Hammerlock?
He looks like Sir Hammerlock from Borderlands.
He looks like Sir Hammerlock. Actually, no, wait, where's the picture my sister drew for me? So we have a picture. We have a professionally drawn picture of Captain Dumond hanging out.
Considering that everybody knows who Captain Dumond is, as like a result of his power, you just innately know Captain Dumond the first time you interact with him.
You have already known Captain Dumond.
What is Gallant's backstory that he's being fed?
Wait, so his power is making me remember something about him? Is that
not necessarily you, but definitely somebody in this scene?
I feel like,
and I think that has uncontrollable. So I think, sure, absolutely.
Gallant's actually kind of an idiot.
So this is uncontrollable. So
what
Sam,
I'm going to rule is everyone on his ship immediately gets memories of him.
That tracks.
It's the cost.
Now, what memories do they get? Why do they know Captain Dumond?
I'm going to leave that, well, for Avery, it's obvious. That's Life of Avery, as Dredger. Gallant, How do you know the good captain?
Do I like him? Is it forcing me to like
That's
him?
up to you. No,
It's entirely up to you.
I think Gallant, the best way Gallant can recognize him would just be Gallant looks up and sees him, and like with that power triggering, just goes, "Well, I'll be if that ain't Captain Dumont. I watched that rascal burn down 3 separate bars on the same night."
Treasure stares at you incredulously and just screams into one of the Victorian speaking tubes at the prow. Just screams, full speed ahead, full away, full away.
Why are we running? He looks mighty upset.
In the background, why are you running? Why are you running?
So on the full speed ahead, the fucking 9-foot tall imposing figure of Dread Admiral Yarrow Goldtooth leans in. So, Captain, the deal stands, right?
Oh, absolutely, my friend. I get the ship. You get everyone and everything on board it.
Very good. All right, men. Remember, pillage, then burn.
We hear that deal being made.
Yeah.
Guy was?
Captain Yarrow is fucking screaming. You can hear him miles away.
He 9 foot tall, looks like an octopus kind of guy. He's
Oh,
just like Davy Jones.
He's not an octopus. He's got no teeth, but a beard down to his chest. He has a single gold tooth, but it's a fang the size of a small dagger that takes up about the left half of his face.
Elsewhere at the candy shop, Bill suddenly has an idea about how cool it would be if he wore a pirate hat.
His eyes are burning points of light that are more like spotlights than eyes. And everywhere he goes, you see the clouds shattering like glass above him, letting down an inhuman amount of sunlight.
So, as the Spirit of the Known LLC begins speeding up, Treasure will say to no one in particular, "Why must we always deal with these people? They... Look at him. Look at him." And he, like, exasperated, puts his arms out to no one in particular and says, He looks so good airbrushed on the side of a van. These people have
All right, I'm looking at him, but I don't understand why you keep talking about it. Because Gallant thinks he's talking to him.
Gallant, yeah, and we need you to stay very close to us. We may need to abandon ship.
What are you talking about? I thought this was your ship.
No, it belonged to the good captain before it was granted us by my lord. And he
Give me back my boat!
Now, Gallant, have you anything you took from the hold that you wish to keep?
I guess that is a question that I should ask Sam really quick. What is in the hold?
Treasures from all times and all places across the great landscape of Earth and times past.
And
Okay.
potentially some in the future.
Effectively, I'm going to make a suggestion here and say that what you can grab if you want to keep something is something worth 2 wiggle dice of wealth. Like 2 wealth wiggle dice.
So, from last session, Dredger is holding a Philosopher's Stone.
No, yeah, I forgot I had that in there.
I found it,
man.
Derek, and I immediately snapped that up, like, score!
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, you found you found it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is like hard.
You missed the other 3.
I don't think Gallant in particular. He probably would take if he's like any kind of treasure,
Any kind of treasure.
like
Anything
legendary
and everything
item level,
a
or
chap
just
can
like
unload.
anything useless that would cost money. What are we talking
You
treasure?
have straight up, as a gag, rummaged around a bin, pulled out Excalibur, and threw it into another pile.
Okay, he would have found Excalibur then. 'Cause I was about to say Excalibur, that's the one thing. He's a Renaissance fair actor as his previous occupation. So, like, obviously, if he saw Excalibur, he would have been taking that for sure. He would have been like, "There's no way," and he picks it up and it like unsheaths it, and the music starts playing around it, and he's like,
Okay, main issue. Excalibur is still in the stone. You can't remove it.
"That's fine." He would have found a way to like.
So
get
what
it
I'm
in the
hearing
rock.
is,
Yeah,
what I'm
you
hearing
can
is it's
take
a
it, but it stays
now.
in the rock.
It's a maze now.
Is there an Evil Squad chat? Text channel?
Do you not see it?
No. I mean, I don't necessarily need access to it. I'll just throw this in general. But I imagine that this is definitely the theme song to Rummaging Through the Hold of the Spirit of the Unknown.
Excellent. Okay, that gives enough time for the solar sails to board. You see these much smaller crafts glide on, it looks like pathways of just golden light as they pull up and start. They don't so much fire cannons at you as you hear like small arcs of electricity, and then you see massive pillars of light begin to slowly shine down from the sky and then bombard the ship from the deck.
All right.
I'm so like me and Gallon are both super confused about the logistics of being shot at by the ship right now. I am trying to wrap my brain around it, and I consider myself semi-intelligent, so I'm sure Gallant, even seeing it, is just lost. He's like, "What am I getting shot at by?"
Gallant.
Exactly. Granted, probably nothing is hurting him.
Oh, none of these are hurting you. They're just knocking the ship around.
Gallant, we need to
That
make a
being
choice.
said, when the beams hit, you notice several crew members have been teleported into the crater, and they're boarding.
It's
do
like
Mond,
the Bifrost from Thor. I got it.
do Mond crew members or pirate crew?
No, these are men wielding swords made of sunlight and with solar-powered flintlock blasters.
That fucking rules. I love that.
Solar
What
Punk
is-
Sky Pirates.
Hell yeah.
I like to imagine as Dredger was like telling Gallant he needs him to stay close. Like one of the things lands right next to him, and a guy just like comes out of it, whacks Gallant across the face, and nothing happens. And he's just like, "What are you talking about, Dredger?" As this guy is like beating on him.
So,
Bailing on him.
so your armor, as soon as the sunlight hits it, goes. You feel the closest it can feel to going, "Oh no," as the light passes directly through your armor, as if it wasn't there.
Dredger.
You're gonna
I'll let
take-
you know, this is all Sam. I had
What?
nothing.
Out of character, what
You're
is it
back.
specifically phasing through?
the Overkin, and then it's as it moves through.
I mean,
I will be back in
material
one
is it
second.
targeting?
So what your armor is telling you is that this is not interacting with conventional reality. It moves through you, and then you feel light basically explode through every molecule that it passed through. In other words, you just got hit with a non-physical attack.
Oh, so pain.
It's gonna deal 5 killing, and you're immediately going to be informed that these blades have disintegrate on them.
5 killing to where?
Your left arm. Sorry.
Okay.
There are 4 crew members crawling out of this crater.
Does the armor think it can fix that issue?
It can adjust, it can repair. If you fill up a limb with this, it cannot bring that limb back. That's gone forever.
Okay. That's fine. How long
Running
does it
business
think
was.
it's going to take to fix so that it's not...
gonna take 2 rounds to fix your arm. However, the 3 other crewmen are beginning to stand up. They're going to get a round coming up shortly.
Fine. I get around. We get around too, right?
Yes, absolutely.
That's fine then. Those
We're
guys
gonna-
won't be existing for a moment.
Is talking in this specific situation a free action?
Yes.
Dredger will turn to Gallant and say, we must make a choice. Shall we make our stand? or abandoned ship.
Are we like on our way back from where we were? Where is he
Yeah.
intercepting us?
On the way back to the power plant. You still have the solitary confinement cube. I will say right now, you can drop that from any height and it'll be fine and retrievable.
Will the
Nothing's-
occupant be fine?
Absolutely nothing in this district can break that cube without undoing the lock first.
Or like damage the interior of it in any way whatsoever?
Correct. It is the safest place in this district.
Okay. Can anybody be except for us open the lock?
Even you guys honestly kind of struggle with it. A gear boy would be able to open it, but beyond that, like wildlife is not getting in. You're not sure this material can be transmuted.
What
Oh, I
material
thought it
is
was
it?
open.
You
But
guys
we opened
did
it-
open it, but you closed it again. I thought.
When we saw that the occupant was pretty wounded, we decided to close it because it seems to be some kind of stasis thing.
How did we get it open then?
So it's just a simple like puzzle lock.
I believe we also had the help of the warden at the time.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense. Okay, I just was under the assumption that like he opened it and it was just open now, like it was magically because he's the only guy that could open and close it. But it makes more sense. Okay. Honestly, I kind of want to fight it out, like out of character, real quick. I kind of want to fight it out because this sounds like fun. But
You
again,
can
like,
run or you can
Dredger-
fight.
Yeah, Dredger is the boss, so like Gallant's
You're still gonna-
opinion is
if you do want to escape, you still have to fight your way to the lifeboats.
yeah, but the ship is really important for us, right? Because how else are we getting around?
It has
That's the thing.
It has a
We don't
lot
have,
of useful
like-
utilities. I
Yeah.
will say, this is for everyone. If you guys want to fight to keep the ship, it's going to work based on control points. So, like getting the steering wheel, locking down the crew quarters, and keeping control of the engine are going to be vitally important until you can put Captain Dumont down.
Okay.
You have to control those 3 points, and you'll need to kill Captain Goldtooth, and you'll need to put down Captain Dumont.
Okay.
All right. I think the best scenario here would be to put down Captain Goldtooth. Or otherwise disable him. And then, since as per the original contract, to my understanding, the ship goes back to being the spirit of the unknown, the instant Dumond is on board, right?
No. You don't know the conditions for it to be the unknown again.
As far as I can tell, Tom, it's our ship right now because Dumont signed it off to
Dumond didn't sign it. The first mate did.
Han didn't sign it.
the first mate
Shit.
signed it off though. So somebody passed the ownership of the ship to
It wasn't
What's the guy's
sold.
name?
It was leased.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying though. Like we technically are rightful owners. So until that lease, quote unquote, which I'm not sure if it has a duration, I'm assuming it didn't.
Tom,
I'm getting Seth to send it to me.
Okay, so here's how the wording was in the written document. Mammon did mislead the first mate. He didn't read it exactly. So the contract stipulates when Captain Dumont comes to reclaim the spirit of the unknown, it shall be his upon his immediate arrival.
Yeah, and because the ship isn't the spirit of the unknown right now, because it's name shifted to a different ship,
Damn lawyers.
can't
is-
take it back while we're still here, unless he somehow manages to rename it, which I'm assuming is why it's a control point system thing. Out of character, that whole conversation. So, like, we technically could fight it out.
We could.
The question is, if we don't fight it out and we go to the escape pods, how do we get around? Because I feel like we kind of need the ship, right?
At the moment, yeah, but like we do have some gear boys with us. I also
they-
feel like we
So what did we pick up? Like, what else is on the ship that we need? Is it?
I mean,
feasible for us to take advantage of it?
other than the things we've taken, like you got your Excalibur, I have a Philosopher's Stone. Also,
Let's-
about 600 pounds of solid gold staples have been taken from Captain Dumond's office.
Bastards! My office!
Tables, you bastards! He's like leaning off the thing. I see that.
Yeah, like
Give me those back! Do you know how expensive office supplies are these days?
Derek, you're not gonna. I'm sorry, you're gonna have lost all of your Fabergé staplers.
Fuck! I stole
Your
those from
Voyager
the from the
just sitting in
Second
that.
Russian Empire, fair and square.
I want to
Anyway,
say,
I think what we should do tentatively is try to fight for the ship, and if we start losing, we can just start running towards the boats, right?
That seems good. It might
We
also
have the advantage because they have to board us, and defense is always easier than offense.
it might also be a good idea to make, instead of making for the boats, depending on where we are on the ship, make for the hold, on the basis that if we can find something that will speed up or boost Dredger's teleport, he could just get us out of here.
That too, yeah.
That's happened before.
We have. I like that plan of action, so I think, and again, Gallant's standpoint, if you're just asking for Gallant's standpoint, was, well, I don't know, sir, you're the boss. I kill who you tell me to kill. I protect what you tell me to protect. That's kind of the thing I'm doing right now. I'm not really a thinker. I'm more of a doer.
And that Dredger will smile. And for a brief moment, his eyes, which are still mostly human, will go completely goat-like for half a second. And then he'll say, well, we do know what we tend to do to mariners. Clap his hands and get into a combat stance.
all right, that sounds like a decision has been made. We're gonna go to the captain's quarters. We're in a flash of light. Dumond and Goldtooth up here. Goldtooth slapping Dumond on the back, going, "Good to be home, isn't it?"
It'll be much better once we've gotten rid of the rat infestation.
Oh, Captain. He hands you a crystal blade with apparently the blade itself missing. He puts it in your hand, grips it, and you see the light from around the entire room coalesce and go towards the blade, forming a single blade of pure light, leaving a trail of darkness behind it. Consider it a gift. As Goldtooth kicks down the door and goes stomping out to command his men.
Captain, you're too good to me. He'll stamp his foot on the floor, pop a concealed, what's the word?
Blast.
Door? Passage?
Trapdoor, yes, a little tiny trapdoor in the floor will pop open, and he'll reach down, rummage around, and pull out a rocket launcher in the other hand.
Is it like Victorian style, like brass and wood, or is it just not bog standard rocket launcher?
No, it's bog standard rocket.
Hell yeah. Okay, I've never had to ask this before. What is the average square footage of the spirit?
It's never been consistent. It's always just been however big it needs
Hence
to
why
be.
I ask for the average. Like, what are we looking at here?
Let me pull up.
The average distance of the ship is the length of travel it would take to make sense for the story.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you've pretty much got it right there, but let me look at the abilities. It's roughly 144 feet long.
Okay, but like just
So-
because it's 144 feet long, how big is the interior?
Big.
I feel like it's an alternate dimension space at that point.
Yeah, that's
however
I mean,
big it feels like at the moment.
you're gonna have to give me a reason you need to know that before I can give you accurate
like-
numbers.
Captain Dumont is like Doctor Who if the Doctor wasn't such a pansy.
Yeah.
If the Doctor
Big
was
stuff.
more focused on overthrowing empires and less on
If the Doctor was more
saving people.
focused on living,
yes.
he's a fucking square. He's straight edge.
Boring.
All right. So, control points in question: steering wheel, crew quarters, engine. Captain Dumont, you're in the crew quarters, so... you're in the captain's quarters, so I think the wheel's going to be right there. That's good.
No, the wheel's on deck.
The wheel's on deck?
The wheel's on deck. Captain's quarters would be closest to the crew quarters, if anything.
Oh, it's not... Oh, okay, I see how it goes. Okay, in that case, I just need to know what objective or path are you guys pursuing right now? We have added the lifeboats and the treasure hold as objectives you can pursue.
I would like to first ask who is on our who is actually running this thing?
The
Who's
ghost.
flying this thing? Oh wait, it's me.
The people currently running it are ghostly apparitions that Mammon Grey is letting rent out the shared workspace of the Spirit of the Known LLC. You are seeing the ghosts at first are completely unbothered until one of the crewmen one of the pirates stabs them with the light blade and the ghost explodes and then they start panicking.
Nice.
Oh no, my ghosty boys.
Detonate when you stab them. This is the greatest day.
So Gallant, for clarification, does not see that because that sounds scary. Gallant sees some nice robots, classic scapegoat of Gallant's vision. He sees the nice, helpful robots of the ship being accosted by these just slovenly pirate
Ruffians.
boys. These horrid ruffians. And for flavor, the one that they just killed was his favorite robot.
Oh no.
And now he's
Oh,
mad.
no.
Wait, they're all still robots instead of he's not allowed to see ghosts?
The ghosts exploding is what throws it off because technically those are people.
That
I see.
pirate actor broke my favorite hologram emitter.
Yeah, and now I'm mad.
And Dredger will look at you incredulously and say, "They're just Slira. It's nothing. Don't worry about it."
Captain Dumont, since he's functionally going to go, based on the layout I have in my head of the Spirit of the Known LLC, the crew quarters are going to be right along the way, to go from the captain's quarters to the deck of the ship, you'd be walking past or through the area that the crew quarters are.
Okay.
So Captain Dumont is going to head into the crew quarters, and as he goes, he will slam his fist on the doors as he passes and say, "Breaks over! Up and at 'em! Drop your cocks and on with socks!"
Oh.
As Captain Dumont walks through the Spirit of the Unknown, the corporate posters, the fucking hang in there cat catches fire, as the carved graffiti comes back, the wood kind of surges back to life in a certain way. And as he bangs on the door, the lanterns reignite, the doors kick open, and hundreds of crewmen just come spilling from the hold.
That's part of what I was concerned about. I don't know how many crew we have, and
The ghosts are not crewmen. They are business professionals. They are
Can
not
I-
putting up a
No,
fight.
I mean, I
They're
don't
just
know how many-
distracting them.
I don't know
Can
how
I
many crew.
interject here, Sam,
Yes, what's up?
and say that it would probably be dozens of crewmen?
Oh, we're just doing
Because-
dozens? All right, dozens of
Yeah,
crewmen.
but they would keep
Gonna
coming
need a
as you
number.
keep killing them. So
Yes.
There can
Going
be
to need
no
numbers,
specific
and I'm
number.
going to need. There can be no specific number. Okay.
At the same
So-
time, the instant Captain Dumont gets control of the boat, realistically, we need to be off of it before we think that's going to happen. Because if we run the risk of turning into crew ourselves if he has control of the boat when we're on it.
out of character, no, you don't.
Okay. I've just been
I don't know if
assuming.
that's something that who is it, Chivalry or Avery?
Sorry?
I don't know. I don't know.
Dredger
Whoever.
is the
Avery.
person
Dredger.
formerly known as Avery.
Okay, Dredger. I don't know if that's something Dredger would think, but out of character, that's not something that would happen.
Okay. It is definitely something that would be considered on the basis that Avery was always sort of alarmed by the bombast of Captain Dumont and how incredibly I don't know what his limits are, and he's really powerful in ways that I'm really surprised you were able to do on like 200 points. So I have no idea what your limits are, and I'm suitably frightened of Captain Dumont being an antagonist to my goals.
Dredger, Gallant pats Dredger on the shoulder and just goes, "We'll worry about that when we get there, boss." And then proceeds to go kill the guys that were stabbing him.
Okay.
So I'm ready for combat whenever.
Okay. So
As will Dredger be.
we have 6 of the Gold Tooth pirates. They are currently just slaughtering the crew. They haven't even noticed you guys yet.
For the one that poked me with his light sword.
So you got... Oh, right. Those guys are still there. That's 10. The 4 of them have noticed you.
Okay, so 6 are killing crew. Just on, like, what location are we in right now? If he's in the captain's quarter / crew
So,
quarter.
you guys were going to be in the general hold, which is just where we keep all the random crap, like rations, stuff like that. That's where you guys were going to put the...
Is that one of the objective points?
It's close to the treasure hold if you guys want to try and do that. But that's where you
Okay.
guys were keeping the prisoner. Now, I will say, in a completely anachronistic development, you're not sure if this was added when it became the Spirit of the Known. There is a hatch you can just open and dump cargo out of if you want to dump the prisoner.
I would also like to ask how specifically Dredger is carrying a lit totem. So I want to know exactly, is that affecting the pirates and their gear in any way?
No.
Okay, I didn't think it would.
Can I suggest, Sam, that controlling the hold gives them access to a bunch of the utility powers or utility powers from the Spirit of the Unknown?
Sure.
Like the medical bay. I mean, the science lab isn't particularly useful right now, but the medical bay, knickknacks and curiosities, and the supply locker.
That seems totally fine. Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to post these in somewhere. Where do you want me to put these? I mean, because it feels like I probably... Yeah, that'll be fine. I probably shouldn't have access to the special
the
chat.
squad chat is mostly just like logistics for us, but it is like
Yeah, this is a guest appearance. I don't need to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So copy. And
Basically,
General.
medical bay lets you heal up. It's like a really good doctor. Supply closet, if I remember correctly, just lets you top up your stuff and gives you random equipment.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, so supply locker, anything relatively normal that you need for the plot, and that's a really fucking broad definition. You can get out of it, and knickknacks and curiosities is 2 wealth dice,
That's the treasure one, yeah.
2 wiggle dice of wealth.
So there's currently 10 evil or there's 10 pirates here. If you kill them, you will have control of the cargo hold, which gives you access to these 4.
All right. Well, I would like to move to declarations of combat
Okay.
actions then.
So, the crew are going to declare first because they have sense 1. They're basically souped up minions. Now,
Have the sorry, quick question. Do we have the corpses? What are they called again?
the Iron Legion Mark IIIs?
No. I mean,
The waterlogged?
we have. Yeah, that's it. The waterlog. We have some of those with us, right? Or did we not bring any?
We didn't bring any with us.
You left them in the power plant.
Now, if
I was
we
just
lose the
double-checking.
spirit, and we can, I have an idea for how we can still move around effectively, but the Gear Boys won't like it. It'll take some work.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just curious what our logistics were.
I'm going to post the rules in general, but I will delete them after. So 6 crewmen, are just gonna, or sorry, 6 pirates are just gonna be killing crewmen. They're just gonna be depopulating the hold so it doesn't run properly. 4 of them are going to be attacking you guys. So let's see here. Oh, shit! Sorry. Do, do, do. Now remember, these attacks have non-physical and 3 attack levels.
Okay.
And what was this last one? 2 8s. Okay. Okay. This is going to be on Gallant.
I would also like my second character to be involved in this combat.
Absolutely, that's totally fine. So 3 of them are just going to follow the first guy's lead and go in on Gallant. Rolled a lot of 3s. I rolled a lot of 3s for these guys, which I believe is the right arm?
Left arm.
That's the left arm again?
It's the left. Yep.
Okay.
It's fine. They're not going to live long enough.
Okay.
Not worried about it. They don't have armor on, right? They just have fancy weapons.
They are wearing these, like, vests that shroud them in a glowing aura. You don't know what that does yet.
Okay.
One of them is going for Dredger.
Okay. My second character has 2 cents.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
keep
should
going.
probably declare next.
All right. He will declare at the one at the he'll use the let me see so I can pronounce it. He'll use the Ding Shuji Jando Yishu on
What?
he
Yeah,
will
yeah.
use the ancient combat art Ding Shuji Jando Yishu on the pirate attacking Dredger.
All right,
That is
how much
5
does that do?
hard dice
Awesome. All right.
within golf.
So this pirate is dead. What range does the yes go off at?
It's touch only.
Awesome. He's going to take 5 shock and killing doll hit locations.
Hell yeah! It also has burning.
No, I mean your second character.
Uh-oh.
As the horrific sounds of springs and thuds happen in rapid succession, the glowing vest, every time he is hit, seems to store a little bit of energy and then explode in a horrific corona. The other crewmen are fine. Everyone near that pirate gets horrific burns on them. Fortunately, since he broke formation, he wasn't really near anyone. Besides your second character.
Considering my second character has his danger sense aura that is endless and native, would he...
I forgot you fucking had that.
Yeah, I assume that the instant he got close enough, he would immediately pull back.
Okay.
So he wouldn't actually do the attack, right?
Yeah, so that would let it continue on.
I love the secrecy about your second character.
He is called the Hidden Sorrow.
Excellent. Got some Metal Gear vibes going here.
He's actually pretty cool. It's a
Yeah.
shame you'll never know about him.
Yeah. He's hidden.
Even his out of character stuff is sworn to secrecy.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I guess Exit Wound declares next, right? 4 cents.
Oh, he's only 4, yeah.
then exit wound is just gonna take.
Is
forgot I missed-
Exit Wound still in the crow's nest?
He would be, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot he was with us still.
Same. So, what's gonna happen is
I'm nervous for him because this is not his ideal situation.
if Exit Wound is frightened, he can make a stealth check and try and sneak out.
He
But
is not frightened, but he also cannot stealth.
that's fair. I will say
he-
the one person he can see is Captain Goldtooth on the deck, commanding about 20
Admiral
soldiers. At Dread Admiral
Goldtooth.
Yarrow
I killed a
Goldtooth.
lot of people to get this title. I deserve to be have it treated with respect.
He does have he has a clear shot on what appears to be a number of first, second, third mates running around, helping out the Dread Admiral command, and the captain's underneath of him.
Yeah, so here's what I'm worried about. Does anybody know he's there right now?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so if he doesn't do anything, do I have to make a stealth check, and can we just like assume that nobody sees him because he's just laying low?
So here's the thing: if anyone makes a perception check to look for you, they'll find you immediately without a stealth check. The question is if anyone's even going to look up there.
Yeah.
I would like to point out, how does a teleport work if it isn't like if it can a teleport power affect another character and send them?
If it has, so teleport usually treats the user as the foci of the teleport. But there are teleports that can affect other targets.
The Hidden Sorrows teleport does not have it's just the range capacity. It isn't limited to just himself, as near as I can tell,
no,
mechanically.
Teleports need a range capacity to work, so it's that would just be a normal teleport.
Okay, we need to have radius on it otherwise?
Something like that.
Okay.
If to teleport other people, you need the range and a mass capacity.
Okay.
All right. So for now, Sam, we'll say he's gonna use. He's not terrible at stealth. He just isn't technically trained in it. Ironically.
Okay.
So is it one die off if you're not trained in something?
No, you can still roll normally. It's just you may not have the same positive effects as someone who is trained in it. So it's like if you're not trained in an airplane, it's like, but you've flown a helicopter or something. It's like fuck, you might spin the plane out as you land, but no one's gonna die.
I'm gonna have him just hide, I guess. Better. Like he's already not really known, but he's gonna not make himself known yet, and he's got 4 8s.
All right, that is
Gonna
good stealth check.
And then after that would be Gallant, I believe, at 6 cents, unless Captain Dumond's worse, or is he just gonna be like holding down the fort somewhere?
We're gonna be treating them as like parallel scenes.
Okay.
Until you guys converge, whenever that happens.
That's fine. In that case, Gallant is going to. Sorry, I'm looking at math. 2 times 7. Does that mean 7 2s or 2 7s?
2 7s.
So the first guy is
the
2
number of
3s.
dice.
The second guy is 4 3s.
Yeah, you rolled 4 3s.
Okay. And is that like explosion? Oh, I guess I wouldn't know. Never mind. I'm not going to ask.
What he's rolling is these are just the rolls to stab.
Yeah, I was going to ask something about the explosion, but I wouldn't know that yet.
Yeah, because it technically didn't happen. Danger sense. Forgot you had it. Sorry, my bad.
He wouldn't know about the explosion. Sorry, I'm just trying to decide how he would go about this, but like the explosion is throwing me off because my math is getting in the way. I'm going to attempt to kill all 3 of them at the same time, probably.
Okay.
Because that's what Gallant would try to do, because the weapon hurts him. So 2 extra attacks. Just working out the dice. We'll add a attack level, and then split it up so that the one that had 4 3s is taking 4 10s, and the other 2 are taking 3 10s. So the one is going to take a attack level 12 with 9.
Jesus.
9, and the other 2 are going to take attack level 11, speed 8, pen 5 to the face, disintegrating.
Yeah, you absolutely destroy these guys. 2 of them, 2 of them do not get off explosions strong enough to do anything to you. The one you went a little bit hard on, that one just gets over your armor because it's still treated as a novel attack. It's going to adjust to it in about 2 rounds.
And
What am I taking?
Captain Dumond, I want to see Gallant versus the Last Astronaut.
Ooh.
Alan?
I don't even know who that is, but that sounds funny.
Can
This is the Ghost.
I do the declaration for Dredger, or are we?
Yeah, let's do the declaration for Dredger before I describe what happens to Gallant.
Dredger will start yelling and talking at the pirate rushing him, saying, "Wait, who are you? No, we don't want this. Why are you doing this? Please, no, stop." Just pretending to be frightened. I actually... Okay, now I need to ask you a question before I decide what I say here.
Mhm.
Can Dredger act and pretend to be someone else, or pretend to be weak?
Ooh.
As long as he never outright states it, you can imply to your heart's content.
Okay, then
Law.
Dredger will scream, "Oh God, who are you people? Why are you here? What's happening?" He'll just start outwardly panicking. And now that he is communicating with a fellow, he will roll to drown him on land.
Go for it. Let me know what you roll.
Okay, that is 6 8s, 3 attack levels. Engulf non-physical.
Okay, since you
Oh,
didn't
ambulance.
interact with the armor at all, this man just falls over a foot away from you, gargling in water. Gallant, you just absolutely eviscerate these 3 guys. The one you're a little bit hard on, his armor flares up brighter than the rest, so it confirms that the armor kicks up its damage in relation to how much you hurt these guys. That one does get through your armor. It's going to wind up dealing... I believe it's only going to deal 4 shock and killing to all hit locations.
Oof. Also, am I healing?
Yes, you are healing with 3. This goes off before then, though.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take essentially 1 to everything, and I didn't go to 0 in anything, so I didn't get disintegrated.
Correct.
For your note taking.
Yes. Nothing should be disintegrated yet if my math is right.
Yeah, the left arm is at it only does it do shock and killing or just
Shock
killing?
and killing. The
My
explosion
armor
does shock
reduced.
and killing.
Does my armor reduce the killing to shock? The light armor.
Not yet.
Okay.
The light armor comes on next round. The heavy armor is going to take another round.
Okay, so then this is a lot easier when you have the boxes to check off. I'm doing mental math. Give me a second. So,
Yeah.
4 shock and killing to each location.
4 shock and killing. Yep, this one had less.
Technically 8 boxes. Okay, still fine.
Okay.
Just math is different now. I will continue to work on that if you want to keep talking.
Okay.
If it's all right, can I get up for a minute or two?
Yeah, we'll say that's the end of your round, and we'll move on to Captain Dumond's second round.
I will be back.
Okay. So, Derek, Captain Dumond has just freed his crew. Well, he's recalled his crew from their leave.
Back to work.
And crew in all shapes and sizes are spilling from their quarters.
And limb count.
What? Would you
Crew of all shapes, sizes, and limb count.
And limb count, of course.
Most with 4, some with 3, and some with 12.
You know, all inclusive. So that's one checkpoint down for you. Now, you do notice these idiots haven't locked down the guns according to the power system. Adding optional goal. Man the guns.
Okay.
If you want, you can make a leadership roll to have one of your crew take an objective.
You know what? That sounds worthwhile.
And once you make
don't
that,
have-
they're just gonna take that roll and they're just gonna charge at that objective until they succeed.
Okay. Yeah, we might as well go for that. I'll have the crew man the guns because we established a while ago, I think, that the guns can sweep the deck if necessary, right?
Yes, they have done that
Yes.
in the past.
Yes, okay. Let me pull up my dice roller. And I assume I am assuming, but you can tell me I'm wrong, that I can use powers as the plot demands for this.
Absolutely.
Great. One set of dice. Whoa, 4 10s.
Okay.
And
so
I
I was expecting
Yeah.
this to take a while. The crew is gonna they're gonna take this next round. They can't do it on the same but
hold on. Captain Dumond, with great authority, gestures towards the guns and say, "These buffoons haven't even taken advantage of our greatest advantage. Sweep them from the ship. Take the guns."
the crew goes, aye, Captain! And they just bum rush through the fucking ghost. You didn't know it was possible to body slam a ghost till one of them was turned into fucking ectoplasm in the front of Big Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
The crew begins swarming the guns. Already they're in a state of minor disrepair because these goddamn corporate rats don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's gonna take them a little while to get them back on. Fuck it, we ball! The crew is starting the guns warm up. They're gonna have them ready in no time.
Excellent. Meanwhile, Captain Dumond will... let me think. Captain Dumond will head for the deck of the Spirit of the Unknown, which is where most of the resistance is likely to be, one would think, since it's where you operate the ship from. And as he exits, what does he behold? Befouling, besmirching the beloved planks of his home and wife of many years.
An absolute slaughter. So, basically, they had these ghostly automatons who aren't even reacting to being stabbed. It's just the Gold-Tooth Pirates slaughtering these ghosts. They look honestly a bit disappointed. Like they were expecting an actual challenge, an actual fight. You just see Captain Goldtooth, like his heart's not even in it. He just picks up a ghost, crushes it in one hand, goes, "So, not much to him, is there?"
Indeed, I've been sadly disappointed in the quality of our opposition so far.
While Gallant is just watching him kill all his animatronic friends. My boys! Look what they've done to my boys!
Oh, man. Okay, well, Captain Dumond, not seeing any opposition worthy of the name, will head for the wheel,
Okay.
the wheel of the Spirit of the Known LLC.
Okay.
It makes me sad every time I say it.
Hey Tom, take your DMs. So you get up to the wheel. Exit wound. Sees Captain Dumond. He's heard over the quote-unquote radio you guys have who this man is, and you see him about to grab the wheel. You know that him.
I mean,
getting his hands
exit
on the
wound
wheel-
is going to be like, this is exactly the shot I was looking for, actually. So, like, in his brain, he says that, and then in real life, he kind of just like sits up, pops the bipods out of his sniper rifle, lines up the shot, and just goes, "Sometimes they make it too easy." And he's just going to try to eviscerate that man's brain cavity.
Damn!
All right. What are we rolling
Sorry,
for this shot?
The excavate the brain cavity, because his sniper rifle is called the Brain Excavator.
Good name.
Brutal. I'm just imagining a bullet
it
flies
is-
down, stops right before it hits the skull, takes a little bone saw, like cuts open the top of the skull and starts scooping brain matter out.
Oh God.
Surgeon.
It is going to be 8 10s with +5 on the attack and +3 on speed. With
Now-
speeding bullets, you need 6 coordination to dodge.
Jesus. I will
Bob
also
thinks it's
say.
good power.
I will say, since this was from stealth, Captain or Dread Admiral Yarrow cannot use Get Down Captain to save you.
Well, let me pull up Captain Dumond's. Have you looked at the currently updated sheet for Captain Dumond?
I have not looked at it since you started putting new stuff on there now.
Okay, so I will send you the current version.
Is that
Which-
8 hard dice and plot armor?
No, that's 8 points in plot armor.
Okay.
So it's 4 hard dice. Yeah, sorry, that's how many points I've spent, not
Okay.
the powers themselves.
Am I allowed to see Captain Dumond's sheet? Because I just want to read the power names.
I am going to make a version of the sheet that doesn't have all the spoiler stuff on it, and then yes, but
Hell yeah.
I just want to read what you came up with.
Okay. I can't parse this in a timely fashion, so
okay. He's got 5.
I'm gonna ask: what is exit wounds attack? What was
13
the roll?
attack, 10 5, 8 speed.
And what was the actual roll dice wise?
It was 8 10s,
8 10s.
2 normal dice. And so it's 2 normal dice, 3 wiggle die, and 5 hard die. The normal die didn't hit 10s.
Got it. And how much pen is on that? And go first.
5. And go first 3.
5 and 3. Okay, got
That
it.
quality is +5. So it's going to do a damage 13, speed 8, pen 5
Okay.
with daze. In case it doesn't kill you.
So your heavy armor is going to get negated by the penetration. Your
Okay.
light armor is hardened, so that will reduce it. Let's see here.
All right, I'm trying to see what I've got on here that would affect all that.
Plot
I think
armor.
that's all of the defensive powers.
Okay. So, Alex, if we bump this down to... So, Derek, since that has 4 hard dice, it's not a dodge, it's just a passive interference power.
Mhm.
That will still work on speeding bullet.
Cool.
Because it's not anything you're doing.
Yeah.
So, this is more like a sudden gust of wind just rocks the boat a little bit, putting your shot just a millimeter off from a perfect kill shot. So that's going to
Okay.
be 4 hard dice gobbling your attack, gets you down to 4 hard dice. Penetration still gets through the heavy armor.
And it would be 9 damage, 7 speed.
9 damage, 7 speed. Okay, so 9 shock and killing with 5 light armor. Okay. What that's going to do is that's going to do 4 killing and 5 shock to your head.
Okay. So you know, Captain Dumond now also has 5 hard dice of extra tough with engulf.
Okay. Good to know. So you will need to spend, let's see. That's going to be 9 boxes filled. That's going to be 9 You need to spend 1 willpower to stay awake.
Captain Dumond grits his teeth, reaches up to feel the giant hole currently through the side of his skull, and turns to glare at where the shot came from.
So Derek, you're going to have 4 killing and 4 shock fill up your 9 hit locations. You're going to have 1 box empty and 4 shock. 4 X's, 4 slashes.
Okay. Let me make I need a damage chart. So, head. So with remind me how getting boxes works?
So you have 4
Your boxes
in your
can
head.
technically take 2 damage each. The way I'm doing it, just so that it's like numbers wise, is killing is worth 2 points, shock is worth 1. Boxes take 2 points each to officially knock you out, but if to kill you, but if all of your boxes get full, you get knocked out.
Gotcha.
So like you can do weird math to make it work, if that makes sense. So like if you have 4 boxes, you technically have 8 hit points.
Okay, and how do you calculate how many boxes you have?
So you have 4 by default on your head. With extra tough, that adds 5 to all. So on your head, you're going to have 9 hit boxes.
Okay, so body stat doesn't add hit
It
boxes.
does not.
No.
Oh, okay.
You need a power for that called extra tough.
Yeah, extra
Okay.
tough is a actual power. Every hard die in it adds a box to your HP.
After this is over, I'm going to have to add more extra tough. This is ridiculous.
Also, this guy is 100% made to just eviscerate people's faces. So don't feel bad that it took you down or knocked you out or made you use willpower. He's a very
Okay,
cheap
so
unit that just goes, okay, goodbye, this man, and then dies probably immediately after his position is revealed.
okay, so Captain 8 has basically 8 points of killing, or
4 points of killing, 4 points of shock. So that would be
Okay.
like
5 points of shock because it reduces all the shock to 1 first, then it converts some of the killing to shock.
you said it was
bought off one with-
9 shock
oh.
of killing though, right?
Yeah, so it takes 9. He takes 9 killing and technically 1 shock, but then the light armor also takes. How much did you have? 5?
Yeah.
5.
So it'd be 4 killing converts.
5.
Oh, it'd be 6 shock, wouldn't it?
No, it would be 4 killing and 5 shock because the 9. Oh wait, how much light armor did he have?
5.
5.
So it would be 4
So
killing
then
and
he-
6 shock because the 1 shock, yeah.
Because it converts 4 of it down to, or 5 of
My
it down to
bad.
1.
That's gonna be 1 extra willpower. I forgot about the 1 shock.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll spend another. Oh, and do I gain a willpower from rolling the 10s?
Yes.
And that's just
If
one
you
willpower,
rolled
right?
them naturally, yeah, it would be just 1 willpower.
Yeah, those are natural because that was from skills as the plot demands.
Now, Sam, quick clarification for how daze works. How much daze is he going to get next turn for being?
So, since he had interference, he's only going to take 4 penalty dice next round.
Brutal.
So it's the whatever I rolled, not the total damage. Got it.
Yeah. It's always the width of the roll, which is considered by the dice pool. So, Derek, next round,
Wanted to clarify.
you're going to have 4 penalty dice on anything you roll.
Okay.
Severe concussion.
Severe concussion.
There is a hole through my brain. This is not enough to stop me, but it's certainly an inconvenience.
You gotta wait a couple seconds for that shit to cold fuse back shut.
All right. So where are we now in the declaration?
So, since you're out of stealth, we're going to declare as normal. So, that brings us to a very important question. What is Exit Wound's sense? What is Captain Dumond's sense?
5.
I'm at 4.
Okay. So, Captain Dumond is going to be able to react to Exit Wound's actions. Exit Wound is going to declare first, then Captain Dumond, then Dread Admiral Yarrow Goldtooth.
Is Gallant and Dredger not in this pool?
They are, so you guys are on the deck, which is the top of the ship. Dredger and Gallant are on the very bottom of the ship, several floors down.
Ah, okay. Got it. In that case, Sorry, I'm just trying to do math. He gets plot armor every round, right?
Yes.
Yup.
Oh, Tom, I'm gonna need your secret character to roll security systems.
I can do that. Son of a bitch.
Sorry.
How far away are they from me?
Well within range. You're on the crow's nest. I don't want to calculate the hypotenuse right now, so we're just gonna say an even 100 yards.
Oh, hey.
So, would a normal human being like Captain Dumont doesn't have any weapons visible, right? Oh, he has a rocket launcher visible. Jesus Christ!
He has a rocket launcher, yeah.
The other
Also
guy
assume
has
he just
like
always
weird
has a
light
sword.
beams. Yeah, Exit Wound can't see a exit strategy, so he's just going to continue trying to eviscerate or excavate brains, I guess. Since Captain Dumond is still awake, he's going to swear, and then he's going to lick his finger and put it up in the air and go, "There's no wind. What the fuck?"
Thank you. Thank you.
And then he's gonna look back into the scope and just go, "I hate these motherfucking superpowers and their stupid goddamn bullshit." I'm just debating if he's trying to kill Captain Dumond or if he's just trying to harass people.
I will say, the captain's wheel is an acceptable target for attack.
That is made out of the finest fucking primordial oak from the lost moon of Petriander. And if you blow that up, I'm gonna turn your skull into a goblet.
Not worried about the wheel.
This is absolutely in character. Captain Dumont just announced that.
Sees me sighting in. Don't you do it.
Nothing.
Not the marbled oak.
Captain Dumont heard Sam and is not happy.
I just
Alright,
googled Petriander.
I'm sorry about this, but I feel like Exit Wound is not like he can't see a visible weapon from Goldtooth. He assumes that the teleport light beam thing is just like an issue that he's gonna have to deal with later, but like he can't see Goldtooth getting to him instantly yet. So his current issue is there's a rocket launcher. How did I miss the rocket launcher 30 seconds ago? Or 6 seconds ago, and he's gonna take another shot. Because of the bullshit that's happening, he's probably aiming at the face again.
Alright. If you could just post your roll in general, so I can have
How do
an easy reference.
This guy's using the copy and paste.
What?
Let me also... Wait, crew. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. What the hell happened when I was gone?
The crew ran to man the guns on the deck.
Okay.
The guns
let me,
are going to be active this round, unless you succeed a security check.
Okay, let me put into...
What website are you using, Derek, to get these numbers?
And I've just been using the snip tool to post what I roll. And I usually don't, because usually it's just like, oh yeah, I rolled a 9 or whatever, but it was 4 10s on 10 dice with no hard dice or wiggle dice. You got
Okay, yeah, I rolled a 3 and a 1, so it's just going to be 8 10s again.
Okay, I'm just gonna do...
And if you do you need to look at Exit Wound's character sheet to confirm that he has the wiggle die and the hard die, or do you remember?
I totally trust you, and that's gonna be pen 5, go first 3, and I'm gonna... It was like, what, 6 attack, or 2 attack levels?
So it's 5 attack bonus, 5 pen, 3 go first. So it's going to come in again at well, if he's using the interference, it'll be 9, 7. So 9 damage, 7 speed, speeding bullet, pen 5 days.
Got it. Okay.
Speeding bullet reminds me, expands the width, right?
Speeding bullet
means you can't take actions to dodge or block it unless you have coordination 6. Your plot armor is one of the very few exceptions that get around that.
Because it's not affecting like
It's
you
not
dodging it.
something
It's changing
you
my
do.
roll.
Speeding bullet isn't always coordination either. It can be any stat theme allowing.
Yeah.
Like a psychic attack, you might need mind 6 to be able to attempt to roll against it.
And you can put it on like knockback effects and stick it with body or whatever.
If I put
Gotcha.
speeding bullet on persuasion, does that mean that they need minimum 6 charm to even try to stability?
I would say like usually it'd be more like 6 command, but we're gonna get back to this roll here. So, exit wounded is lining up a shot. What's Captain Dumont doing?
Let's
Go first.
see.
Go
Of the
first is the
barrel.
thing that makes it go super fast.
So, can you put multiple levels of go first on something?
You can. There is a maneuver you can do to add go first, but maneuvers can only be done once per attack. Unless you have a maneuver that enables more maneuvers, but we're not there yet.
I also keep forgetting that I can just do that because that's honestly. Oh no, I guess in this case it's not because. I guess it wouldn't have mattered because these two die are more for maneuvers in hindsight. It's fine.
So, swapping weapons, that costs an action. Does that take an action?
Yeah, swapping to another weapon. Wait. We gave it retroactive, didn't we?
Yeah, it doesn't! Captain Dumont did not have a rocket launcher.
What?
Captain
Entire
Dumont,
time.
Load that.
this entire time, Captain Dumont had a fucking monstrosity that looks like it was put together by a mad scientist still in his awkward teenage phase. And it has scribbled on it in Sharpie on the side of it, Yeetifier Mark V.
Hell yeah.
Exit wound, you are certain that wasn't there a second ago, but that memory is fleeting as if you've woken up from a dream.
Exit wound at this point is just not even paying attention. He's a trained killer, sniper. He's sighted and he's like, wasn't what he's holding, doesn't matter, not going to change trajectory, is waiting for the wind. And then he pulls the trigger because the wind's not coming and he knows it's going to come as soon as he pulls the trigger.
I love it. I love it.
The one he's at this point given up on survival because behind him is some 9-foot monster with a gold knife for a tooth that shoots beams of light that teleport monsters onto his boat. And I think everybody's forgotten he's up here, so he is probably shit out of luck.
Hey, which side of his mouth is the tooth on?
Left.
On the bottom?
Top. It points down.
Okay.
It used to point up, but it got in front of his eye, and he didn't like that.
That's funny. So, what is Captain Drumont's monstrosity gun doing to me?
I am currently altering Captain Dumont's monstrosity gun because the template didn't quite fit what I'm going for here. But it will be done in half a second. So I can use a maneuver to add a level of go first.
Yes.
Just one time.
That takes a penalty dice, so you roll one fewer dice.
Yeah. So it's better to have the go first built in, but in emergencies you can go one faster without worrying about rolling the same number. It's essentially sacrificing one width to ensure speed.
Can I ask how many levels of go first your attack has?
It has
Yeah,
in
is that-
general.
Posted already.
Oh, did you?
So,
Go first.
yeah. The math is a little different because of your thingy, but remember you have 4 days gobbling your dice. Don't forget that.
Yes. Yes.
Because technically we're on
So-
level playing field now with your plot armor versus the days I gave you last turn.
Right. So here is the
At least
Yeetifier Mark V.
The Yeetifier Mark V.
Oh, it has a fucking mass capacity?
And
It
4
launches-
boosters masked.
Oh my god. The knockback on this thing's gonna be
The normal dice get gobbled before the wiggle dice. You have to contend with... Now, technically, the penalty dice are not going to affect plot armor because it's treated as already being rolled. So, roll the dice.
Give me a sec. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm going to do...
Are we still? Tuesdays.
Let's do.
I'm just going to leave this here. Don't worry about it.
That I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that. That's a lot of numbers, Sam.
I mean, Yarrow just had to sit there, and he had to ask, is my friend going to survive this? The second it looked like maybe,
Okay, I'm back. What's happening?
Yarrow just declared his action. It's at the bottom there.
10 by 10, 10 attack levels, radio. What the fuck?
It's called You Can Airdrop Anything Once.
What's he airdropping? A fucking skyscraper?
So you see his ship, the Promethean.
Hell of a name for this
God.
pirate ship. I love that.
Excellent.
How did we not know
Airborne
about
leads the way, sir.
Your go-to fucking rules?
He sees this shot, decides he doesn't like it, does a whistle and a twirl of his finger. The Promethean just lets out alarms and begins banking for the dock. It has go last, so it's gonna go last.
So, Sam, just so I'm comprehending what that is he ramming the ship from
He's
top down?
He is setting his ship to self-destruct and crash into the Spirit of the Known LLC.
Fuck.
This
I'm
is some
confused
this
on
is
the
some
purpose.
Torg Industries bullshit right here.
He blows up the ship. How is...
No. See,
Don't-
it has controlled effect.
So I'm confused. Is it only going to hurt the quote-unquote bad guys on the ship?
It's going to kill everyone he deems as not mission critical. Or it's going to leave everyone he deems as mission critical safe, I should say. So, Captain Dumont and him, gonna be fine. The crew, his crew, most of the, like, any part of the ship not required for running, gone.
Oh, Seth wants to know if we record these.
Yes.
Did you delete the ones you put
I
up by
can't
mistake?
figure out how to make it private. I will figure it out in the future.
All right, I will tell Seth this.
Basically, he's not gonna nuke the entire deck because that would be a bit much, even by his standards. But let's just resolve the rolls, and I'll tell you guys what happens. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So, Yeetifier Mark V goes off first by default, I believe, because the 4 penalty dice gets it down to a minimum width of 6 due to the wiggle dice. And it has 3 levels of go first. Now, the Brain Excavator, due to plot armor, it's going to get lowered down to a width of 4. So the Yeetifier Mark V goes off first. Derek, how would you describe what happens?
The Yeetifier Mark V is like getting hit in the face with a mattress. But, like, it's a mattress with a locomotive behind it.
Okay, I don't see engulf, so I need to know where it hits.
It's let's see. What would be like? Basically, the idea behind the Unifier is it's not necessarily there for damage; it's there for go away.
That's fair.
So, chest.
It has 4 boosters on mass. Holy shit. Okay, give me 1 second. Alright. I have to look up some very specific knockback rules. I am so sorry to do this in the middle of session. Okay. Plus 6 yards per instance of booster. Oh god. Oh god, how many did you put on there? Oh.
Get fucking yoked, nerd.
So, exit wound is going to be thrown about 36 yards.
Shit.
That is firmly off of the ship. You actually knock him off of the crow's nest and off the ship in general.
Can I make a narrative suggestion
Yeah, what's up?
and give Exit Wound the option to make his landing point one of the smaller ships of the Dread Admiral Yarrow's fleet
You know
instead
what?
of wherever the ground is?
So I'm gonna I can do that with you can airdrop anything once by setting the target as exit wound. It won't deal damage because it won't deal a collision, but exit wound is gonna wind up on the Promethean.
I was going to say give him the option to land on one of the smaller ships because that way, he has options.
Okay.
I have a horrible way he could survive.
I'm gonna set it as the solar sail too, but what's up?
I have an awful way he could survive. I need to know how high his coordination is, though.
Oh?
5.
Okay, it probably won't work with 5. So the Hidden Sorrow has a 1,000-pound extra-dimensional storage space. But he needs to swallow whatever he's hiding.
We're not doing another Vor storage. Okay, so
No.
I'll never.
Anyway,
Solar Sail 2 is now targeted with you can airdrop anything once. Hitting target is designated as exit wound. Exit wound has left the crow's nest, so the ship just slams into him. Since it didn't collide with a solid object, it's not going to deal damage. That's one of the conditions on the power, unfortunately. So now you are just on one of Captain Goldtooth's solar sails.
Does my shot still go off, or does it just get canceled because I was moved?
So you are now on a completely different ship. The shot would basically be treated as going wide.
Okay, I just was curious how it worked.
Basically, the ship just completely changed your view. You don't have that shot anymore. Like there's no valid path for it.
I was asking because I have can't move while firing, so
Oh yeah, that
no.
I
that would
assumed
negate
as soon
it.
as I lifted into the air, he just grabbed his rifle and went, well, no shot anymore, and just started holding on for dear life.
yes, we're going this way.
That would auto negate it. Yeah.
So, yeah, he's alive now, still, I guess.
We'll see if we'll see later if he manages to commandeer a vessel. But since this round of combat is successful, what's going to happen is Captain Dumond is going to grab the captain's wheel.
Damn right.
And what's going to happen is the entire ship is now going to move to his command, meaning everyone on ship who isn't a friendly now has to make an athletics check before they make any other actions, as part of multiple actions.
All right.
Is that like the only need 2s one? You only
Yeah,
need 2
you
hearts?
only
or
need
whatever?
a success. but every round you're going to have to multiple actions with athletics to do anything.
It's a good thing I bought athletics for Dredger. Also,
Derek, that's the salute that Exit Wound does as he somehow lands on that other ship perfectly and just goes, all right, whatever.
the hidden
One.
sorrow rolled 2 10s on that security check.
Derek, surprisingly, your crew, they should have had the guns up by now, but as you see them boot up, you see massive electrical feedback as several of the guns' fuses blow. They're going to be down for another round or two.
And at least one of the crew was in the wrong spot when that happened and has been comedically blown backwards out of his seat and off the ship.
Oh, yeah,
Somebody
full Wilhelm.
Wilhelm!
Yep. Where's Bob with the goddamn soundboard here? We need a Wilhelm scream. I need a soundboard with the Wilhelm scream.
We all need a soundboard with the Wilhelm scream. There needs to be a Wilhelm button. Anyway.
Yes, it does.
So that's going to bring us back to Dredger and Gallant. You're going to feel the ship just rock underneath your feet.
We have 1 round still to like act because that's simultaneous, or
You know what? Technically speaking, Exit Wound and Captain Dumont's thing did take 2 rounds, so you do have a round. That is correct.
All right.
So go ahead, Tom. You first.
I
Well,
mean,
guess
you have.
I should go first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for clarification again, Sam, the goal is to get 3 specific points on the ship.
It's for you guys. It's to
What's our
get
goal?
3 specific. You have to hold control of 3 specific things, and you have to kill Goldtooth and Captain Dumont for the ship to be back under your control completely. For Captain Dumont, you don't need to kill you don't need to kill Gallant and Dredger. You need to do that secret thing we talked about earlier.
Yep.
So in that
Voting.
case, Gallant, recognizing that his target isn't here, and for thematic purposes, he killed the couple of things last round that he could actually kill, and then a bunch of like random crew members of vaguely similar appearance started running at him. And no matter how many of those he's stabbed in the last 6 seconds, it doesn't seem like their numbers are going down. He's going to make the executive decision to kind of look at Dredger and go, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but these guys don't seem to be stopping, so I'm gonna go take a look to see if I can find the source.
Dredger will nod once because I have an action I probably need him to take at this part of the ship.
Okay, you guys are splitting up?
I don't particularly want to, but it won't matter as much once I take this action.
As of right now, there's nothing really Gallant can do in the crew hold because he can't kill the crew that's coming towards him.
For the
She's
purposes... Sorry?
So I'm like, his brain is just at, gotta go kill, like, the 2 people that were on the boat that were yelling at us. I need to go find them and get them off the boat or incapacitate them to solve this issue.
All right, I would like to then multiple actions run along with Gallant and also take an action with one of my powers.
Okay, what action are you taking with your power?
I'd like to use my Endless Mist power to completely fill this ship. I'm assuming it doesn't have a volume. Or Derek, would you say the spirit's volume is greater than 120,000 square yards?
Excluding the
Visualize
treasure
that.
vault, probably.
120,000 square yards visualization. I wonder if this will work.
Shouldn't it be?
So enter an area, convert from square yard to acre. Do you want to less than that?
I just want to know if
Seems
that.
like it's probably less than that, yeah.
Okay, then I'd like.
So, are you trying to do something that's like narratively interesting?
It is narratively interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely smaller than that. Go for it.
Okay, so Dredger will run to follow. Will run to follow Gallant while also you activating his power, which the requirements of that or what that looks like. As he's running, his body contorts strangely. All of the muscles in his chest moving and shifting, like the just cords of muscle moving in ways they were not intended to be moved. As he leans his head back, his neck looks to get 6 inches longer, and a huge amount of mist rises from his mouth with the sound of a horse's scream.
Yeah, Gallant doesn't hear
Heard of
any or
horse
see
scream.
any of that. He just sees Dredger pull out
That's
a fog
awful.
machine and some EDM music starts playing.
Yeah.
Fucking adore Gallant.
Gallant. Does Gallant have his own sense stat?
Yes, it's just overwritten by the armor in lore perspective because the armor has a better sense stat.
All right. He controls what he's allowed to see. Yes. Gallant has a minder.
Although that would be an interesting character concept. Permanent, like, slash paraplegic person that is, like, puppeted by armor, essentially. So it's happy, it's getting, like, the person is happy they're able to move again, but the armor is, like, deceiving them. That would have been great for this guy.
Armor's happy it
Anyway.
gets to kill people.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the
Gallant
fog,
is going to... Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
you guys are both fast enough that you can get most places in the lower decks in one round. You guys can get to the... By the start of the second round, you guys will be... Both of you will be at the crew quarters.
Okay. I'd also like to say that the specifics of this cloud, it has endless, so it won't dissipate following normal rules. It is almost... It is as thick as a cloud, so visibility should be incredibly poor in the entire thing. Like in the entire interior of the ship now.
Yeah. So,
Remember, you're healing 3 shock and killing per round as well.
yes, I'm keeping that. My question, and also the armor is going to have the light thing figured out by the end of this round, right?
By the end of this round, yes.
What would I classify that as?
The unmatched power of the sun.
Okay. Unmatched power of the sun. I'm just going to write the sun in the armor section.
Okay, that's fair.
I wrote the unmatched power of the sun in immunity because it might matter, but I wrote the sun.
The sun.
Anyway, so Gallant is going to, using his microscopic brain, I guess his assumption at first would be the captain of the ship would go to his quarters first. Gallant does not know where the captain's quarters are.
There's a great big sign just for Gallant
Okay.
that has captain's quarters and like a bunch of arrows pointing at the door.
Also, has Sam McGee been aboard this entire time? I don't recall him being noticed getting off the ship.
Did you look in the engine compartment?
I didn't actually, and I feel stupid for not having done that. That would have been a funny scene.
It is still one of the goals.
Probably something to check on.
Check on, yeah.
I am scared to death of how that man might fight.
Okay, so that's gonna get us to
7
get to
levels
the
of burn.
captain's, to get to the captain's quarters. You're gonna go by the crew quarters first. So you guys will go past the now Dr. Seussianly stretched out fucking crew quarters doors, where you just see all manner of like just multicolored vomit of men pouring out onto the deck or ship.
How do we
That's
men,
see that?
women.
Like how long will it take for the entire ship to be filled with the
Aliens.
incredibly thick fog?
Ship's filled now.
All right.
So
The crew has not
Also-
noticed you guys amongst the chaos yet.
after that first round, like this round is essentially concluding. I assume that's when the gunshot is gonna be like heard.
Gunshot will be heard during this round, so if you have a high enough sense, you'll just hear it.
How high is the sense that you need?
Anything higher than sense 5, you'll be aware of the gunshot at the start of the round.
Okay, so Gallant will have heard the gunshot, and also at that moment he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, we forgot about exit wound."
Excellent if they got on deck just in time to see Exit Wound just fucking flying into the distance.
Can we retcon Exit Wound to look like combat veteran Macaulay Culkin?
Yes, I love that actually. But after he realizes that, so like at the end of this round, his next game plan is immediately like go save Exit Wound because the guy introduced himself as I don't ever want to be in close quarters now.
And Gallant
And this
is
is like
nothing
his
if
worst
not
nightmare.
chivalrous.
Well, Captain Dumont is definitely, going out of his way to assist with that not being in close quarters.
So yeah, so that's the end of the round then, right, Sam?
Well, did you guys want to do anything with the crew quarters, or did you want to just head up to the captain's quarters?
Oh, are we allowed to?
Yeah, you can interfere
Oh.
with any objective.
If we can only get to the crew quarters, then
If you can
Gallant
shut and bar the door,
would spend the turn trying to shut and like find something
Doors.
to barricade or close the door, or
I'm not
doors
saying
plural.
that it would take any longer, just there are more than one door.
of course.
So I guess that's
Also, if you have a minute and you wanna take a second and like open and close one of the doors really quickly, every time you look in, it's a different room.
I have an idea of how to bar the door.
Sure,
Sorry, what?
shoot it. Shoot your shot.
As Dredger runs by, I will roll my very high persuasion to tell them to bar the door.
Okay, so any applicant.
Hang on,
What's it?
I need to send you something, Sam. Real quick.
Okay.
I need this to be you, so you know I'm not fucking with things.
Oh. Okay.
Do you see where I'm going with this and how fucking funny it would be?
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, so as the Dredger gives me a roll for persuasion, how many hard dice do you have in that motherfucker?
Persuasion is a wiggle dice. Let me roll this shit. Okay.
Gallant, give me a brawling check to wrest the doors closed.
Seven. Sorry.
Go ahead, Tom.
7 tens.
Okay,
Permanent native subtle.
awesome. All right.
You said brawling?
Yes.
Intends.
Should I say something specific that Dredger says?
Yes, please.
Dredger will yo through the door. Bar the doors. Okay, now let me think about what I should say here.
Hey, Derek, I'm going to post our exchange after this is resolved, just to prove
Okay.
that
Absolutely.
we're not being
Yep.
funky.
So Dredger will yell in using Captain Dumont's voice. Bar the doors, men. I fear the editors are here.
You hear the crew
That-
go, the auditors? Oh god!
I said the editors because that seems like a thing that Captain Dumont would also be upset about.
Absolutely.
I also like that they mishear him and just go, "Not the auditors." and
Yeah,
just
that's-
start hiding.
Some crews start hiding, some crews start forging tax documents. A good number put a bar in the door as Gallant, with inhuman strength, tearing the doors from their hinges, full on slams them shut. Dredger was looking away from the door, so he didn't happen to notice that the doors open in. Please refer to General. As the doors are barred, the doors then just swing open, dropping the bars. It was barred from the outside.
Wait. Okay, so that is very funny, but I see two issues with it. Dredger told the people inside to bar the doors.
Oh, I thought you were telling the people outside that were
I was
near
telling
you.
the.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I wanted to yell through the door, and also I feel Dredger would know that because he has permanent perception.
Well, if you were telling the people inside the door anyway.
Then you're good, yeah.
Yeah, you're good. You told the
Still,
correct
that
people.
is, Derek. I'm sorry for goozling you on that. That would have been brutal.
I was so happy.
Uh,
Slam the door bar down on the outside, and it just sort of like slowly, comedically swings open.
It just opens, and then Gallant is just in front of it, like, "Well, why even put the bar on this side then? This boat
Let it
makes no
display.
sense."
I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Alex.
Also, we were talking about Captain Dumont, and here is the official yearbook photo, because that was the context
so
of
much
Captain
to do,
Dumont.
so much to see.
I'm
And
glad
yes,
I got that man in the face.
his yearbook quote is him quoting himself.
I like that he had such a full beard in high school.
You do hear a brawl break out behind the now closed crew quarters door. With, "We gotta get out and help the captain! The fucking feds are here, man! We can't!"
That's funny.
Let's cheese it!
The crew
Yeah,
have stopped
so then-
funneling in for now, but there is still an absurd number of people on this boat. Alright, so that objective is secured. As you secure it, you feel a horrific lurch as you guys are thrown to your backs as the ship is now back under Captain Dumont's... The wheel is under his control. That brings us back to Captain Dumont and Dread Admiral Yarrow Goldtooth.
I thought they had another round.
Wasn't it only 2 rounds up top?
Did they do 2 rounds?
Yeah, it was 1 round to get there,
Done.
1 round to take an action.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Do you guys feel
They
good
had-
with-
Yeah.
Oh no, I misinterpreted what you said. You're the boss man, Sam.
Okay.
You're the game master.
Cool. Just want to make sure it didn't feel cheap. All right. So, as we go back up, you feel the barring of the door. It's a heavy goddamn bar. You feel that thing rock across the entire ship when it slams down. You're
Jeez.
aware that the crew have been sealed off.
Captain Dumont will grit his teeth and call to Dread Admiral Yarrow. Yarrow, my friend, it seems we still have an infestation below decks. They might be more of a challenge than these scrubs.
Well, I'd do
Wait.
you the honor.
Wait, is scrub as an insult a nautical thing?
Is now.
Is now.
It seems like it should be, right?
The Captain Dumont thing, for sure.
no love from me.
And then Captain Dumont will turn to his long-suffering crew, who are, sucking on fingers covered in electrical burns and hammering wildly on guns with wrenches, and randomly point, you, and you! I don't like this dreadful gray! Let's have some color on this boat! Break out the paint cans!
Oh wait, I've assumed that the spirit of the known was colorful and just completely annihilated with like
converted.
the
It was
horrible.
before it became a corporate workspace.
Yeah, so I thought it was covered in horrible corporate art style murals. That's how I've been
Oh yeah,
imagining
the
it.
inside is. The outside is beige.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So bland.
Vanta beige.
I also like to imagine it.
Oh. I don't like that, Tom.
Okay,
I
like,
do.
Vanta beige.
Oh.
I'll post the Vanta beige video later. It's a loading ready run joke, but like there's a part
Oh
where
my
they
God.
invent Vanta beige. They go to the mad scientist character's they go to his workshop and they see a bunch of brown smoke pouring out from underneath it. Like, wait, there's so much smoke coming from Paul's workshop. You know what that means? He's elected a new taupe.
God damn it. Okay. So, one of the crewmen knock out a can of paint, screams, goes, "Captain, it's alive!" You look down there.
What's alive?
The paint! He points to as the paint scatters across, it's like a hydrophobic mural. You see a graffiti of a skater kid on the deck.
I recognize that stylish swagger. My good friend, it's wonderful to see you again. What brings you here?
You just see paint spray painted on beneath him as he's doing an ollie.
Ah, the siren call of the artist. My friend, I have a canvas most deserving of your talents.
You see
Captain
all of a
Dumond.
sudden says "fuck corpo art." Got it.
He just immediately
Yeah.
knows.
You blink and Skater Kid is gone.
Does this mean that the spirit's gonna look like a middle schooler's notebook?
Possibly.
Fuck yeah, well.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, Skater Kid count is at 1. Okay. So, that's very important. Yarrow's gonna look at you and go, "Well, Dumond, seems we have a bit of a conundrum here. We can either go down together, or we can split up and try and get ahead of them. What do you say?"
Captain Dumond will gesture to his, to the hole that you can see light through in his skull, and say, "Admiral, I feel I may need to take a small detour on our way down. I'll catch up with you in the crew quarters."
He gives you a half-hearted salute and goes, "Then I'll hold him down." And then Captain
Yo,
Yarrow is...
Break them, my friend.
Captain Yarrow is going to activate his ability. Let me find its name here. Sometimes the only way out is through the hole, and he's going to stomp and collapse 2 full stories, ending up right next to
Yes.
Dredger and Gallant.
Oh fuck.
Where's the fucking "You're approaching me" music?
All right. So, Captain Dumond, you notice he's left a partially collapsed section behind him. If you slide down that, you will go straight down the ship into the cargo hold.
Down to the cargo hold I go.
All right, make an athletics check for me.
Certainly.
If you get any success, you're totally fine.
2 3s.
All right, you're totally fine. You hop
Great.
down, full on power slide down, flaming sword in hand as you land in the cargo bay. It's just full of death.
2 questions, Sam, real
up?
quick. So, is Yarrow in the same room as us, and is Captain Dumond in the same room as us
Captain
now?
Dumond is in a different room. Captain Yarrow came down to try and hold you guys up to stop you from getting to another room or getting to the captain again.
Okay.
Basically, Goldtooth decided there needs to be combat right now.
Are we
Things are getting
around and
Oh,
responding?
no!
Yes, you are getting around right now.
Cool.
So Yarrow has sense 10.
That's fine. So, I guess my question is, was him entering the room his round?
No, he doesn't actually need to do an action to do that power.
Okay, I
It
just
has-
wanted to
weirdly
clarify
enough,
that.
has endless.
Fine.
Oh, I've been trying to imagine what that means. His day to like, well, what does his day look like if he can just do that whenever he wants?
I'm absolutely picturing Grand Admiral Yarrow as Mr. Torg.
Ooh, like Mr. Torg, but with a pirate suit and glowing eyes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So, last question. If he moved off of the wheel, do we still have to roll athletics?
Yes, it's treated as being under his control till you guys can break it. But
And that
Captain
is-
Dumond has an innate connection to his ship.
And that is just if we're trying to move?
It's every round, otherwise you're knocked prone.
Okay, is Captain Yarrow's armor burning? Does it have the light on it?
Is not wearing armor, but he's shrouded in unearthly light.
All right, so he probably looks really fucking cool in all this really thick fog.
Yeah.
Final question from me before I start declaring my turn. Sorry, Sam.
No worries.
Am
It's
I
on.
immune to being knocked prone?
I'm not entirely sure that's a thing you can be straight up immune to. Is it?
Why I'm asking, because in D&D technically it is. So I was wondering
Okay.
if it's a technical term that I can get immunity to.
Okay, so
Because
here's...
theoretically the armor would just shunt a bunch of extra legs and then I don't fall over.
Okay, I've looked up something on my phone. Apparently, some animals are impossible to knock over easily. So we're gonna give you that chicken gyroscopic technology, you know?
Or
Yeah.
just what cows got going on.
Yeah.
Because I assume that's something I would have run into before. That's why I was
Probably.
clarifying.
I just never thought of it. All right.
Assumed that was part of fall.
All right, another option. You once fought a really, 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 really fucking big paramecium. So upside down isn't a state that actually matters to you.
All right. Yeah, if you want to burn one of your immunities on, being knocked prone, you can totally do that. It will just take up one of them.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Got it.
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing this turn. I'm gonna look at Dredger. I'm gonna go, well, boss, looks like the big one came to me. So have fun with the other guy. Shoots him the finger guns, and then immediately, I like to imagine that Gallant is facing Dredger when he says all of this, and the big 9-foot guy is behind me. And then
All right.
without turning his body at all, his head snaps the 180, and then his arms just flip on the swivel, and his feet shunt the other direction too, and it makes the most horrific noises in the world as he turns and attacks.
Jesus Christ, so horrifying.
Because the armor just adapts his body. Its immunity is
Incredible.
literally him remaking the guy inside of it at a biological and chemical level, essentially. So
It's
his form is malleable.
he's malleable. I feel like
Anyway,
at some point
that was the plot or the flavor. I'm going to look at the big guy and immediately recall the armor from upstairs. This looks exactly the same as that armor, right?
Yeah, except
The,
it's
aura.
just the light, yeah.
Is being immune to the unmatched power of the sun going to negate that explosion effect?
It'll negate the non-physical aspect of it.
Okay. In that case, I am going to hit him.
Captain Yarrow feels like he has more substance to his attacks. He's not just a one-trick.
Damn it, Sam! You named the man.
Dread Admiral Yarrow Goldtooth.
Respect
on his name.
I'm just
I
So
killed
my
a hell of
debate
a
is-
lot of people to get this title.
if I hit him with like a one really big attack, he's gonna explode, right?
Yeah, that seems to be what happens with this guy. Like,
But
this
if I hit
power.
him with 3 consecutive 10 with attacks, it won't hurt me.
Did you mean to say 10 width or?
I'm asking because I, from experience up on the other one, I did exactly 10 damage to the other ones and it was all negated.
So what you did is, you think it might not be damage. You might think it has to do with like how much effort you're putting in, because it was like.
Sorry, I
dice
didn't mean
pool.
with. I meant damage. 10 damage attacks.
You feel like it may not be correlated to damage so much as like a weird amount of effort or skill.
Okay.
Which is my way of saying it seems to care more about the width of the pool you use.
Okay, so if even if I hit him with 3 attacks, it's gonna look at each attack together, or is it gonna just look at each attack individually
Don't
widthwise?
have enough information to tell.
Be back in a second.
I'm just gonna make the educated guess and hit him 3 times in the face because he's bigger than me. And Gallant's fighting knowledge is if they're bigger than you, you have to be faster than them, which correlates to stabbing him more times.
Okay.
So let me do some math to figure out how many attacks I can get. So we'll do 4 attacks. 1 will be at... Wait, does that mathematically work if you do it in a 10? No, it doesn't. I guess we'll do 3 attacks. And then we'll make an extra attack. We'll do a like power blow or whatever it's called. What was the name
Mighty
of that?
blow. Yeah, you got it.
For
extra
for an extra attack value. So 3 attacks. All of them will, or one of them will be at 4. The other 2 will be at 3 with. So it's, hang on, let me type it in. Trying to get it on my screen so I can type and look at my pool. That's not. Okay, this isn't gonna work. There we go. Figured it out.
Okay. While you're doing that math,
Mhm.
Tom, where is Dredger heading towards? Oh, did Tom stand up?
I think he did.
Sounds like.
Deeply unfortunate.
There we go. Just Seth commentating.
You really want to go first here, don't you?
First equals 8? 8 equals 9? This is variable effect, isn't it?
No. No, he's just
What?
like this.
Christ.
Fast boy.
So
That
you
is
He's
a
just
very
that
fast
quick.
boy.
do you only have the 2 attacks, or do you have a third one?
It was, so it's attack 1 is the first thing I typed in, and then 2 and 3 are in the same pool, so I just put those
they're
together.
the same. Okay. Okay.
Because they're both with 3, so the math's going to work out the exact same.
All right. Captain Yarrow is going to see you attempt to do this. He's going to hold up his hand. The entire area is going to go dark as all available light goes to shroud him. He's going to have 8 interference dice on this. And what he's going to do is he is going to just spend 4 to make your 2 attacks fail, and spend 4 and then 3 to make all of your attacks fail.
With 8 interference dice?
Yeah, because he only needs to get it down to a width of 1 for it to fail. So he needs to spend 3 on the first one and a 2 for each of the second ones. That brings us to a total of 7 out of 8.
Okay.
He's going to hold on to that 8th one. You notice as sunlight comes down from the hole above him, once he gets that reaction started, the sunlight builds up naturally around him. It seems gentler than the other armor he had on a second ago. It seems more like he did a switch than like a supplemental effect.
Okay.
That does unfortunately take his entire turn. That brings us to Dredger's turn.
And I put a quick caveat onto the... I would still be trying to move past him and going upstairs. So is moving and attacking like possible? Like, can I swing at him and then try to duck past? I should have declared that.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
moving
I wanted to
past
go
him,
up.
though,
I'm
right?
looking for exit wound still. Gallant was like, "Oh, the guy's here. I'm gonna fight him and go check on exit wound." Kind of.
Okay, if you're not keeping your
dragging him
distance,
back
you notice that the second you go past him, his beard forms into tendrils and tries to grapple you. His beard is technically a sidekick.
That's weird, but
So, it's a grapple. And actually, grapple's the wrong word. It's not trying to deprive you of a turn. It's trying to stop you from getting too far away from Yarrow. And then it's going to move into a grapple, but it's not there yet. So, it's going to be 10 10s on the tether. You're going to have to make a brawling check to escape it. Now, unfortunately, that tether was a prepared action. It can't be responded to once you used your action, but it also can't do any actions of its own because it only had the tether prepared. So, as you run past, the beard just entangles you, and Captain Yarrow goes, "I don't tolerate cowardice, boy."
Gallant in response to that is like, well, first of all, it's less cowardice, more I'm worried about my friend. I don't know. Have you seen him? He's about, and he like holds his hand out at like exit wound's height. Goes about this tall, carries a big gun, swears a lot.
Make a deal with you, son. Best me in a duel, and I'll tell you all I know.
I suspect Dread Admiral Yarrow has a pathological love for dueling people.
I am returned.
You're not wrong.
Sam,
Like Mammon Grey has a pathological love for making deals.
Sam, is our friend awake in his big box?
No, because we didn't get him. This was intercepted on your way back to the power plant, so we didn't spend the dice or CP to get him up.
Okay, I just was gonna say he would have been responding to the word duel.
Somewhere in the heart, and somewhere in the box, the heart monitor blips up 1 BPM.
From 137 to 138.
In response to that, Gallant is gonna say, I'm never inclined to turn down a challenge, but for someone who wants to do a duel, you seem to have a friend of your own. And like motions towards the beard that is like literally holding me.
Admiral Yarrow spreads his hand. "Squiggly's a part of me!" Grabs his beard, tugs it, attached at the roots! You're one to talk, you have a familiar coating you!
Imagining Squiggly as a
When he
fucking
says-
fungus
When
that's
he says
grown
the
into
word
his chin.
familiar, Gallon is just gonna like cock his head to the side and just go, "I don't know what that word means."
The armor is
But-
alive, boy. It's a part of you as Squiggly is a part of me.
I understand that the armor's alive, but we're like a team, like a tag team, like a duo. Like we're not like a part of
Yaro's
each other.
just
It's more like,
gesturing to his beard, smile on his
look-
face.
look, man, your beard does things by itself. The armor does not. You know what I'm saying? Like the armor isn't gonna like reach out and grab your leg and like twist it.
As you say that, you tilt from the boat turning. Suddenly, the armor reaches out and grabs the floor to stop you.
Yeah, which is as far as Gallon's concerned, he's not lying at all. Like it's not going to touch the person he's fighting.
This
It's
seems
just
an
going to
academic difference. You
Yeah,
may not-
look who.
I'll make a deal.
Gallon is going to look him in his face again and just go, I don't. I think I know what academic means.
I be not
But
a
I'm
man
not
of letters
sure.
neither, son. Make
And why
a
do you
deal
have so
with
many
you.
big words?
I will limit Squiggly's interference if you limit your armor.
The armor's not going to interfere with you. The armor just keeps me in like fighting condition. Like I'm not going to fall off of this weirdly moving boat. Why is it turning like this? I don't understand.
Son, you seem to be not much one for thinking.
That's
Nick.
what my ma always told me.
He kind of like slumps his shoulders, holds up his hand, walks over, pats you once on the shoulder. Squiggly is my version of your armor. He's very important. I need him. Your armor does things too, even if you may not realize. It is. We should come to a parlay on this. Squiggly is, believe me, a negligible component of this duel.
How's Squiggly reacting to that?
Burbling, gurgling, bubbling.
I still think Squiggly's a fungus.
Alien slime mold attached to his face.
He's like the alien equivalent of athlete's foot, but gone internal.
Oh.
Do 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 do.
So Captain Yarrow is now in melee range, so he's gonna. Okay, we're gonna cut to
Damn it, Sam!
Next, let's get to the top
Dread
of the round. I
Admiral
guess.
Yarrow. Fuck. All right.
Dread Admiral Yarrow is gonna come through your computer screen one of these moments.
I would be so dead if he was real.
We'd all be dead.
We're gonna cut to Dredger. What objective is Dredger pursuing?
Isn't Dumont still in this room?
Dumont
No?
is on a completely different room. He's in the cargo hold.
Alright. Joe's gonna try to get to the wheel then.
All right. You can use your teleport.
I think you have to.
if you're okay spinning around.
Is he
Um,
within movement range of the wheel?
Not conventional movement, but he can teleport.
I'll try to use the teleport then.
All right. Dread Admiral Yarrow punching a hole through the decks opened up conduits for your fog to go through previously inaccessible passages.
I
Would
don't
Captain
actually.
Dumond be aware of someone trying to take the wheel back?
Tell you what, you'll hear the crew reacting, but you may not be able to act in time to stop it.
Note that Dredger doesn't require the bodies of water or fog to be contiguous.
Oh, it still works because there wasn't much fog up there anyway.
Yeah.
You get up there. Make this is going to be a fight. You make a brawling check to wrest the control of the wheel away from itself.
Okay, can I
Yeah.
use?
I
Captain
wheel.
Dumond's response.
The living boat requires you to punch the wheel to establish dominance.
How does a
Basically-
brawling check work in this context?
Basically, I'm gonna roll like some normal dice for the boat. You're gonna roll some dice to fight it, For control.
I'm sorry,
once-
like, do I roll my special brawling?
Yeah, sure. That works.
Is there wood in the, or is there water in the wood?
Yes.
Okay, it works then. What's their height here?
Width is probably better. We're treating this as a fight.
All right, it kind of don't matter because I get 5 10s.
The wheel only has a passive resistance of 2 10s, the first time at least. So after fighting the wheel, it turning wildly, almost throwing you off your feet, you manage to wrest control back and hold the wheel steady. After a while, you feel the fight leave it.
Like a fucking
All right.
Bronco. Shh, it's okay, girl.
Have the crew gotten control of the guns yet?
Let me Yeah, actually.
Should I have
It's
Soros
been
roll
several turns.
security again, or
Yes. It's gonna be harder this time.
Soros
Also-
didn't get any matches?
Alright, the guns are back online, which means they are able to fire. Yeah, no, it's been several rounds. They should be able to fire this round.
What does Dredger look like?
Dredger is 7 feet tall, almost bone white skin without visible veins beneath it. He weighs about 100 pounds and has hair full of dust or full of sand and seaweed going down to the small of his back.
Yeah, that definitely looks like someone who, upon teleporting onto the deck of the ship and grabbing the wheel, the crew would be like, fuck, what?
Yeah.
Derek? Roll
Yes.
the guns.
Roll for guns. Let me pull up guns. I haven't gotten to fire them in anger in quite a long time.
Been a while.
Okay, so I need to roll 6 dice. Do I have spray on this? I do have spray. Okay, so that's 2 10s, 3 9s, sick. Okay, so I'm gonna make 2 attacks with. I've got how many wiggle dice? Do you need me to post guns in general?
I just need you to post the rolls and relevant extras.
Oh, okay. Let me screenshot this. Boop-de-boo. Boop-de-boo. So there's the rolls and guns. I can't copy and paste from frickin' Google Docs, so I have to pull up my Open Office doc and paste it from there every time.
If you rolled this 2
yes.
times naturally, by the way, gain a willpower.
Thank you. Let's see. Tacticals +2. So I'm gonna do. Hang on, I've got. Shit. Okay, I've got 4 wiggle dice. So we'll do.
And wait, is this for multiple guns or? Because you can only roll 10 per dice pool.
And that includes your wiggle dice and hard dice.
Oh shit! You're absolutely right. So I need to roll 6 dice.
Yeah. Deduct that willpower, buddy. I'm sorry.
I never even got around to adding it, so. Okay. Oh, come on, paste. It's not pasting. There we go.
There we go.
We'll ball with that instead. So we'll do. You know what? We'll do the 2 1s, and then match up a 9 for funsies, and then the other Yeah, fuck it, we ball. And then match up the other 3. So 6 10s, 2 9s, 2 1s. So 6 times 10. That's caret times 10. 2 times 9. 2 times 1.
Okay, so Tom, what defenses does Dredger have?
Is there enough mist that Dredger could teleport at this moment? Like he teleported here. Is Dredger still in mist?
He's not in mist currently. He had to run to get here.
Okay, I didn't know that part. That's very unfortunate. I had assumed that I was still in fog.
No, because otherwise I would have let you teleport directly to the wheel.
I thought that's what I did.
No, because... Oh, because I didn't have you do the athletics check, right? I should have had you do the athletics check. What defenses do you get if you're in the mist?
If I'm in the mist, I get 10 hard and heavy armor.
Okay. I wasn't clear, so I should let you have it, because I should have been very clear you were leaving the mist.
Okay.
That being said, I should have had you do the athletics check. So we're going to say do the athletics check next round, just like Aftershock, to make up
Okay.
for it. And if you fail that, you're going to be knocked prone, even though, you're kind of intangible.
Yeah.
So the crew sees the beams and arcs pass through the ghostly silhouette as if, Dredger was mist. The crew is now well aware of this fact, and I believe on this round, Captain Dumont is going to be treated.
I'll be right back.
Oh, fuck. So Captain Dumont he's going to be in charge of the cargo hold, which is going to give him access to knick-knack and curios, which means the crew is going to be able to they're going to be able to find a solution for the whole mist thing.
Which is a shame.
I'm back. What I miss?
So Captain Dumont is currently in control of the cargo hold because he's the one there to claim it.
Yes.
So you have access to knick-knack and curios. The crew calls down and informs you that there is a mist ghost who took control of the wheel and they can't kill him.
Captain Dumond would like to look around for something that will help with that.
For the purposes of fairness, I will say the mist has endless on it.
Okay. I'm going to give you the most appropriate item I can think of, which is an SOS transponder. The kind used for search and rescue missions.
Interesting. Excellent. Captain Dumond will reach into one of the emergency lockers, pull out this Clark Tech SOS beacon, designed to ensure that no matter your circumstances and no matter your peril, you are able to attach it and activate it to your person while you are falling to your doom in the, stormy seas of Europa, and toss it up to a member of the crew.
The crew member just activates it immediately, and it has a blinking red light. You hear beeping. That beeping, high-pitched, echoes out. What Dredger hears in response is the bassy response of the Promethean as it veers closer to the deck of the ship. It's electro turbines blowing hurricane force wind onto the deck of the ship.
Can Exit Wound, who is still alive somehow, respond to the ship turning, try to shoot one of the engines just to make, try to be helpful?
You want Exit Wound to get back in? He is currently on an enemy ship. We can do rolls to commandeer that vessel.
The hurricane winds...
it's like a piloted thing.
Yeah.
A dinghy or something that followed along. My bad.
as written, winds wouldn't actually do it.
Okay.
The power says that the way the mist works is it will always expand to its maximum possible volume, and it will, once it has hit its maximal possible volume, it basically won't change shape. But Derek said that the size of the boat was smaller than the amount of mist I can create, which meant it was just somewhat more dense than it otherwise would be. And since I did all the math for determining how much I make, it just kind of expands out a little bit. So now there's permanent mist or endless mist over this part of the boat too.
Since this is still the most appropriate item for the situation, can I tell you what I thought it was going to do, or what my thinking was for the SOS beacon? My thinking for the SOS beacon is that it's something you attach to your person, and not only does it summon the most appropriate aid for your current, imperilment, it also makes you accessible to that aid. I.e., whatever effects you might be under that would prevent you from being rescued are negated. Such as intangibility.
That is so much more interesting. Okay, so the crewman hits the button, throws it at Avery Dredger because he doesn't know what the fuck it is. Dredger, you see this thing clip onto you. You feel yourself become solid as you see a medical evac chopper descend from the clouds.
Congratulations, you are being rescued. Please do not resist.
This is like that. This has the same feeling as that fucking kidnap guy.
All the way, Joe. Okay. That brings us back around to Gallant and Dread Admiral Yarrow Goldtooth.
Sam can't have willpower for saying it right.
No. Okay, so
Dread Admiral willpower for 2 10s.
Looks down, bumps you with his knuckles, and go, look, no man is an island in this world. And he just looks at the crew quarter and fires laser vision at the doors to obliterate them, and then looks back and continues his conversation. That's going to be his round.
All right, I want you to imagine the noise I'm making. I'm imagining here is the bus enforcement noise. Yeah, just
that was such a good meme.
Break free of the grapple. Do I have to beat the
That's
roll?
That's going to be a brawling check, and no, you don't. You don't have to beat it. You just have to make a brawling check to break out of Squiggly.
Okay. If I do the brawling check, do I lose modifiers on my attack, though?
You would. Because it's on the skill.
Hypothetical, does his beard have a hit point total?
It does. Squiggly is not very strong.
Can I stab his beard?
Right now, it's just a tether. It's not a grapple. So yeah, you can attack Squiggly.
Okay, I guess I'm going to... He used his... Does that defense he do, is that a reaction, you said? Is it interfering, or is that like an action?
So swapping his armor type is an action. It's something he has to choose to do. Squiggly is a part of him. Squiggly is considered part of him for hitbox determination, and armor and gobble dice. But he doesn't have the wound reflection in the armor. It's a different armor now.
Is it so? If I try to, what I'm basically asking is, it look the same as when I tried to stab him 3 times?
Yes.
Or does it look different? Okay. In that case, I'm going to try to stab Squiggly with all of my dice.
Fucking brute.
And I'm going to buff the attack by 1, and I don't know what other like thingies can I do again on the attacks? Like, is there any other maneuvers that I could do that would help me in this situation? I don't think so, right?
Not really.
Yeah. So we'll just do extra. I go first. I guess doesn't matter because he just used his turn to blow up some doors. We're just gonna stab Squiggly with one attack for 19 damage at 15 speed, pen 5.
Okay. Squiggly's dead.
No!
Uh,
Squiggly!
you shave Squiggly from Captain Yarrow's face.
You shaved Dread Admiral
Dread
Yarrow?
Admiral Yarrow Goldtooth. He reaches a hand up in shock, and that activates his contingent power. If violence is not your last resort, you failed to resort to enough of it. Which is simply a 1 dice power. It's a wiggle dice. He's going to set it... it's a hard dice, actually. He's going to set it to 10. And it has no upward limit. Every hitbox Squiggly lost this round is going to be treated as 1 willpower for the purposes of no upward limit.
Oh, God. The rage state.
Yarrow is going to spend an additional 20 willpower.
Okay, so like the beard was apparently the most important feature of his body.
If someone not only shaved my beard, but like applied a sword, laser hair removal surgery to my beard so I couldn't grow another one, I would also probably punch them with ferocity beyond normal human limits.
I don't know what
Yeah.
any of those words you just said besides like it's a very big number. I need what's happening to me.
So, I was doing math. Sorry, I had to calculate how many hitboxes Squiggly actually had. He had 10. So what's gonna happen
It was a good boy.
is that's 10 willpower. He's gonna spend 20 more. That's 30. He's gonna use no upward limit to increase the width of his roll by 15. So this is a hit with a width of 16 that'll get past your armor. This is going to get past pretty much every defense, but it's still reduced by your light armor. It's
Okay.
going to deal... it's going to use his brawling stat, so... No, wait, no. This is actually its own thing. I didn't do that. That's the old version. Okay, it's going to deal 16 shock and killing to your torso, and it's going to knock you prone.
I'm immune to being knocked prone.
Yeah, so it's not gonna knock you prone. It's just you're gonna see the light in his eyes travel down to his fist as he screams and just fucking clocks you in the chest.
Brutal.
6 killing. You said 16?
16 shock and killing.
So 6 killing and 7 shock. Doesn't actually kill me.
Impressive.
Oh, wait. I can tick boxes on the same thing, right?
What, like...
So like I can take 2 shock in the same box instead of filling my chest.
you can do 2 shock and convert it to 1 killing.
Yeah. So I can choose not to go unconscious here if I want to, essentially, is what I'm asking.
Correct.
By just putting some of the shock in the same box.
Correct.
Okay. Then, yeah. So, what did I just say? 6 killing, 7 shock. Yeah. So,
Yes. You have 10 light armor, right? 10 hardened light armor?
and hardened light armor. So, I'm doing math conversions in my head. Oof. Still up. Very hurt. There's a large, like, dent in my chest, but it's not lethal. He
It'd be worse. You get a hole in your skull.
Yeah. And after he concaves my chest, it pops back out a little bit. After which, Gallant takes that punch, doesn't move an inch, and then looks him dead in his face and just goes, I don't want to rub salt on clearly a grievous wound, but clearly Squiggly and the armor were not that similar. I apologize.
Yeah.
for the
That's
death
going
of
to
your
trigger
friend.
memories of Squiggly. That's going to give...
I just... Very sorry.
I'm not actually joking. That is an ability.
Wait, this guy has powers that are designed after his beard best friend dies.
Yes. That's
That
half his
is-
sheet.
That is fucking incredible.
Squiggly is half this man's fucking sheet. Okay, so what's going to happen is he's going to immediately gain back 10 of that willpower, basically. It's not real willpower, it's going to expire at the end of this scene. But it's going to shore up some of the willpower he lost doing that no upward limit. Alright. So I believe that's the round. The crew quarters is treated as open again. Okay. So, Gallant, you can try and close the crew quarters again. If you want to try and reclaim that, or try and go up to the docks to go after Exit Wound. But
So
you have your movement back, because Squiggly's dead.
yeah, so Exit Wound. I kind of forgot that the enemy ship was probably going to be crewed. That escaped my brain for a second. So Exit Wound is probably just going to try to like stealthily get off of the boat. We can just say he's retreating to the
So
base.
there is a personal solar sail you can steal. It's like a parachute, but it works on sunlight.
No, it should be like one of those solar surfboards from Treasure Planet.
You are
That's actually
absolutely
what I was
right. I can't believe I was so fucking
I
stupid.
was literally about
Yep.
to ask if it could just be one of those like wing boards that people
Absolutely.
ride, but like with a solar
Ga-
sail, and he just like sails off.
Hey, gain a solar board. Put that on exit. Wound. You get that
Fuck yeah! Love it.
forever. Okay.
Captain Dumont fucking rules. Like Admiral.
Captain Dumond has gifts for all the good little boys and girls and the bad little boys and girls.
Dread Admiral Yarrow Goatooth is pretty cool, but I don't think he's as cool as Captain Dumont yet.
Also, he's gonna chime into the little tube worm thing that he has, like the radio, and say, "Exit Wound, falling back. I'm alive still. I am not sure how. Also, I got a cool surfboard. Bye."
Oh yeah.
All right. Does that change Gallant's because he still has his movement?
At this point, Gallant goes, "Oh." In his brain, Gallant's like, "All right, exit wound's good now, so I can fight this guy." And clearly, this guy is a threat because, ow. So he's not going to try to close the crew quarter door right away because he needs to do something about this man that just punched him in his chest and almost vacated.
You can't hurt
his ribcage.
me. Oh wait, fuck.
Oh, mine everything.
So Gallant will. Is it still the other armor, or did it change again? Or does he not have armor anymore?
It's still the old one,
Okay.
as in like the gobble
Did that-
dice.
Okay, it's the gobble dice one. I was about to ask if that did damage to me, but I forgot it was the gobble one. I guess I'm just going to try to do to this guy what I just did to Squiggly and stab him in the face until he dies, but with one big attack. And hope it hits. I don't know. So,
Okay, we're gonna do that next round because we're gonna go back to Dredger.
All right.
Crew interrupt.
Yeah, what's up?
A member of the crew bursts through the now unbarred doors, shouting, "Wait! Tax laws don't apply here. We're in international waters."
So they still okay. So
carry on.
Tom, here's how this
Yeah.
is gonna work with endless persuasion. They're still gonna believe the tags that are
Persuasion.
after them. They're just gonna believe they're safe for now.
Okay. Now, Derek, I'm sorry. That's going to haunt you forever because that's permanent persuasion.
No, I'll make a note.
not attacks, man.
So as the SOS beacon clicks on, and you feel yourself become horrifically solid, your weight settles unevenly, and I am sorry, but I do need to catch up on that athletics check.
All right.
So any action, you need to do multiple actions with athletics to move this round.
Okay. So I'm still in mist. It's just I'm tangible now.
Yes.
Okay, how many multiple actions am I allowed to make?
As many as you can with your dice pool.
Each additional action kills a dice?
Yep. Penalty dice for each additional action you want to take.
On
Okay.
all the actions that you take,
Alright, let me get out a notepad.
right? That's how it works.
Yeah, so if you want to do 2 actions, that's 1 penalty dice. You're
On
rolling
both actions.
well, you're rolling the 1 dice pool.
Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. I think.
Yeah, so it's like your guns. You had spray. That's multiple actions. Except you saw. Okay, I have 3 10s, 3 1s, or 2 1s, and like I can set 1 to 9. So that's 3 actions on 1 roll, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, if I'm losing 3, I would like to attempt to make 3 actions.
Okay.
So I'm gonna first roll a d10.
I'm just gonna put this in right many tens.
Right, wait, no, I actually did that wrong. It needs to be 3d10s because hard dice are taken first. Okay, that's a little better.
Not only going to roleplay that whenever possible.
I got you.
Okay. So,
Much appreciated.
Dredger will have 2 2s on the athletics check, 3 10s on trying to rip the wheel off and take it with him, and 2 8s on teleporting out of here.
Okay, so
Do you want me to write all that down for you?
yes, please. Captain
Okay.
Dumont can do an attack with the gun.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, so that is...
Does Dredger have enough command to ignore penalty dice from being hit?
How many do I need?
I think it's like 7.
Yeah, he has 10.
Oh yeah, 10's fine. Of course you have enough if you have 10, my guy.
Okay, so on my 6 dice, I rolled 2 5s, 6, 7, 8, 9. Trying to decide whether I'm looking for height or width here. Actually, rip the wheel off the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it fucking with me.
I'm gonna
I was
fuck you
trying
up.
to capture the wheel.
I'm gonna
So
fuck
you
you up.
I'm gonna capture the fucking wheel.
You're gonna be made of regret instead of fog fairly soon.
It just rings out from everywhere. Not the marbled oak.
Uh-huh.
All of the crew sing lamentations in unison.
Yeah, there's an organ down in the hold that just started the haunting melody. Oh. Okay, so the crew, let's see. Do I want to spray this? Or do I want to just go for... Do I want to go for height or do I want to go for width? I don't know if I want to go for height or width.
Neither one is probably gonna put him down, unfortunately. But it's worth a shot.
Let's go for width. Actually, wait, let me look at...
I would like to say that, or ask, considering that my body stat has subtle on it, is it immediately obvious, even in the fog, that Dredger is attempting to do these things? Is what he's doing
No,
known?
the wheel being gone is gonna cause the ship some distress. It's gonna react. The
I'm also
wheel
going
is
to
bored.
piss Captain Dumont off pretty fiercely.
Like, tearing the wheel off is gonna make the entire ship shudder.
Now, the question is, how far away am I trying to go?
Okay, so I got 2 5. You know what? We're just going to go with 6 5s. Yeah, we're just gonna go with 6 5s.
So that's going to be 8 shock and killing to the. What was it? Is that left arm? Or is that right arm? That's right arm, isn't it?
And that does have daze, disintegrate, and penetration.
8 shock and killing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
How
the right
does
arm, my bad.
how does spending willpower again affect that?
Okay, so each point you can't use willpower to buy off the days, unfortunately. But you
I mean,
do
to buy off the
have-
damage.
For the damage, it's 2 willpower per killing, 1 per shock. You have 5 hitboxes in your arm. You need it to not be filled, otherwise you're gonna lose that arm in a pretty permanent fashion.
I'm going to spend 10 willpower to bring it down to 3 killing, 5 shock.
Let me do
Does that work?
math.
Brutal.
So, if it's dealing 8 shock and killing, it would take 10 willpower to buy off 5 killing, so that would be 3 killing, 8 shock.
Okay, that still fills the arm, doesn't it?
Yeah, you would need to spend, I believe, 7 more willpower to buy off the shock.
I will spend
God damn.
17 willpower to keep my arm.
God damn.
Okay.
Does that keep so? So how does disintegrate work? I've forgotten.
If they cannot buy off the damage,
Oh.
if you fill that box, that arm,
Mm-hmm.
that location with damage, that arm is just like his arm would be destroyed in a way that he could not heal. Healing will not.
Oh,
bring
okay, if
that
it fills it
arm
with
back.
killing damage.
Yes.
So if he's got a bunch of shock, he's still fine. But if you've got
Well,
max shock in a
remember,
limb, does it disable the limb?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. If he overflows the limb with shock, it'll wrap around to being killing before it moves on.
Okay, wait.
Gotcha.
So then can I spend just 10 willpower to go down to 3 shock? No, 3 shock, 8 killing is okay. Yeah, I do need to spend 17 willpower. Never mind.
Don't get hit
So
with a
does that-
mounted weapon.
Does that keep your arm functional or just intact?
Like it hurt me, but it should still work. I have high enough command. I can ignore pain.
Well, I more meant that, like, from what I've just been told, if it's full of shock, you can't use it.
Yeah. So it's going to be 3 with 7. He has 8 shock. So he should have 3 killing and 1 shock on 5 hitboxes. He should have 1 open
Yeah,
if he spent 17.
I did.
That being said, Jesus Christ, you just ate 17 willpower. Holy shit.
Hey, my base will is 22. It doesn't really matter.
I think it does. That's...
It's a lot of will.
Yeah, and I don't have a way to put the arm back on.
It's true. It's true. Very
It
true.
doesn't just grow back.
Okay.
I didn't have enough points for that, even though it is actually in theme.
So...
Don't be such a baby.
Dredger
Just grow
puts up
back.
his arm. It's fucking hit with... What is the ship cannon today, Derek? Is it
The ship cannon today is like a comedically large harpoon launcher.
Oh,
So it makes like that awesome sound when it fires. And there's like the whole train whistle clang when it reloads. And this piece of metal and bone, like the size around of a man's skull, just goes through most of the arm.
So, with the willpower, it's Dredger gritting his teeth, wrenches his arm so that the harpoon hits the wheel as well, tearing it off from his stand. Stumbles a step, falls into the hole, hits the mist, and teleports. Where does he teleport?
Okay, I'm thinking about it. Alex, do you mind if I
How
have
does
Dredger?
days? Okay, never mind.
Days
Sorry, go
will
ahead.
trigger next round. So he's
Gotcha.
going to take. He's going to take 6 penalty dice on any roll he wants to make.
Okay, so how far are we from the power plant?
Not super far. Couple miles.
Okay, I have an idea of how to help this situation. I don't know if it helps this situation. Alex, do you mind if I just have Dredger leave this situation entirely for a moment?
Nah, yeah, you're good.
Remember, you guys still have to get the prisoner out of the cargo bay.
Yeah, I mean Dredger
Do I
can come
see
back.
the prisoner in the cargo bay?
You just see a nondescript black box.
Yeah.
So
Good
Dredger
point.
will teleport to a pool of water he has in the waterlogged building at the power plant.
Does he want to try opening the emergency hatch to get the prisoner out, or teleport the box?
Can I do that from my location?
Yeah. Everything should be in range.
How much does the box weigh?
About 8 tons.
I can only do 6.4 tons.
But tell you what. If you open the box and get inside, the prisoner doesn't weigh that much.
I don't think I can do that with 6 days.
Do you want to wait around, or do you just want to leave?
I was thinking to just leave, and I have an idea for how to do this next part.
Got it. Okay. That brings us to Captain Dumont. You're aware that the ship wheel has been taken, so you've lost that control point. But the crew is funneling back in.
Excellent. Well, Captain Dumond, since the medbay is currently inoperational, is going to clamber up to meet the currently descending medevac chopper and get his skull wound looked at.
All right, you get.
After all, if Dredger isn't going to make use of their facilities, then might as well.
Make an athletics check to scramble back up.
Nope, that was 11 dice. 2 7s, 2 2s, 2 8s.
Okay. You scrabble back up, the medevac comes down. It's full-on trauma team. People descend with guns pointed. You see like a red line going, "Where's the patient?"
Captain Dumond will hold up his trauma team platinum card and say, "Yes, I'd like to have this hole filled in kindly."
They grab you, they start just nailing your skull shut. They're
Phenomenal. It was never
Player's card at the hospital.
Alright, you're gonna be completely healed up by the end of this round.
God damn it.
That brings us back to Gallant and Dread Admiral Yarrow Gold 2.
Thank you.
I felt the knife at my throat. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, that gets us to bada bing, bada boom. What's a Gallant to do? You said you were just going to stab him in the head?
Put him down, stab a motherfucker.
Yeah. So does Dredger alert Gallant to the fact he left?
Yes, he'll scream into the tube or get the cargo, abandon ship.
Okay. And
Which means that the Hidden Sorrows can attempt to take an action.
Please do. He made a hole in the deck straight down to cargo that the Hidden Sorrows can traverse.
The Hidden Sorrow will attempt to traverse.
Make an athletics check. Because technically speaking, we've ignored him for several rounds. He can just do stuff.
Okay, I'm noticing now that for some reason the Hidden Sorrow has a wiggle dice and stealth. Like, why?
It's good.
Considering the hidden sorrow and his natural state, can I use my wiggle dice and stealth as instead of athletics?
No.
Okay, that's fair. I thought I would ask. It would be funny.
It's fair,
Okay.
but there are consequences for failure. So
Okay. This is a shame then. Let's see if my boy gets a oh my god, he got 2 3s.
he gets down just fine. He's in the cargo hold as Captain Dumont heads up past him.
Alright.
Captain Dumont goes right past you without noticing.
You all right?
No, I was just going to move. Like I said, sometimes this screws with the radio. So I'm just going to put it over here and see if it helps.
Alright.
If I have a
Sorrow will
chords.
attempt to open the container.
It's a simple puzzle lock. You just turn the dial a couple of ways. It's easy once you know how it's done. It's one of those kind of puzzles. You pop
Okay.
it right open, prisoner's in there.
Alright. Are there any noticeable features that this container has?
It's
See if that
after the warden has left it, it's perfectly smooth, nothing of note.
Okay, so just like a perfectly smooth metal box with a door.
Pretty much.
Okay. Well, I didn't think. I wasn't certain if this would come up. But I do have an out for this.
I'm so
Anybody external to this location would see a Spanish doubloon hit the floor.
All right. Do you say the magic words?
There will be the sound of 100 truck springs vibrating over several seconds, and around the coin in metal will be written, "I want to make a deal."
Darkness consumes you in the box as Mammon Grey takes hold.
All right.
You've left. The
You
cargo.
fucking dare invoke that piece of shit on my ship?
So,
Cruising for a bruising.
so did the box come too?
Yes.
What does Mammon Gray see has happened here?
You see him sitting down. I'm gonna say, due to the nature of the plot and several things that have been established about the Spirit of the Unknown, Captain Dumont is going to be aware of this.
What is Captain Dumont aware of?
So the Hidden Sorrows, the Prisoner, and the Box appear in Mammon's domain as he is sitting down across from the leader of the Iron Legion, the Iron Dragon.
Oh,
He looks up at the meeting and goes, "I'm sorry, do you mind if I put this on hold?" The Iron Dragon holds up his hands and goes, "No, by all means."
Polite of him.
it's a friendly sort.
He walks over and goes, "Look, you're ruining a very good first impression here. How can I help you?"
The sound of a truck spring and then written on the ground. Please move contents of box to power plant. Payment next to you. And then on his desk will be a Fabergé stapler and 300 pounds of golden staples.
Oh, God.
Snaps his fingers. You are back at the power plant.
With the box and the
With
prisoner?
Box and prisoner.
Yes!
I believe that just leaves Gallant.
And exit wound?
Exit Wound is on the solar sail down at the power plant. He's going to be there in an hour or so.
Yeah, it's going to take him a second.
Now,
He's having a blast, though.
note critically, that while I took 2 Fabergé staplers and 600 pounds of golden staples, I only offered half. A man has needs.
Solo's fair and square.
Okay.
So,
So, okay.
Stapler.
So that's gonna cycle back around. Captain Dumont?
does Gallant get his attack or no?
Yes. I need to
Okay.
know what he's doing.
Then, hearing that it's time to like get out of here, he's gonna take one like full power attack at Yarrow No Beard's face, and then try to like
Ooh.
book it to the top of the ship so that he can jump off.
Yarrow,
Gotta go
no
there.
beard.
Your attack
Jesus.
obliterates the top of his head, and you see the silhouette of his head outlined in the sunlight glowing down on him. He's gonna look down and go, "You think my soul resides in my meat, lad?"
Gallant's gonna respond with, "Nope, but maybe you couldn't see as I do this," and then he does the Bugs Bunny like poof thing and
Okay.
vanishes.
So he's a solar punk sky pirate who's also a solar powered lich.
Luminous beings we are.
Also, that
Hell
head
yeah.
disintegrate. I don't know if that changes anything.
He's not gonna grow that head back easily.
Okay. But yeah, I stab him in the face, and then I go, honestly, Gallant's gonna go, I had no idea if that was gonna kill you or not, but it makes this easier, and then he does the Bugs Bunny thing and disappears in a puff of his shape to get up on the top of the ship and then jump off of it, if that's possible.
Yeah, totally.
So like you've shaved his beard and you permanently changed his hat size.
I think he's just created a
I
recurring
killed his best
villain.
friend and then removed his head.
Yeah.
He just didn't die from the beheading. It's not my fault. I tried to reunite them.
Captain Yarrow, or Dread Admiral Yarrow, claws his way back up.
I'm sorry, did you just demote me?
You don't have a beard anymore. What did you expect?
So currently, Captain Yarrow Goldtooth climbs up on
Oof.
ship, looks down, glowers. You see the outline of the ghostly silhouette of his head glowing yellow in the sunlight. The silhouette itself begins growing a new beard. Goes, "I'll name you Wiggly, in honor." And then,
He just gets to regrow his beard? Oh, that's lame.
and
No,
then
but the important thing is it really hurts him emotionally every time.
the beard then
It's-
starts filling in the meat. Like, it starts growing a jawbone very slowly. It's going to take a couple of days.
As Gallant like sees all of that, he's just gonna call up using the armor to like extend his voice and be like, sorry about the whole like killing your best friend thing again. I really didn't mean to. I didn't actually think it was like you said it was the same as the armor, and the armor doesn't do that. Sorry, bye. And then he just takes off.
Dumond, you hear Yarrow mutter, "I'm going to throw him in the fucking sun."
Okay.
Strangely, that wouldn't kill him.
Yeah, but it would certainly inconvenience him.
I mean, you would have to develop so many new immunities. Wait, no,
He
you're just
doesn't
immune to
actually.
the power
He's
of
immune to the sun already because he was using that to hurt me earlier.
That is a very
He doesn't
convenient
actually
immunity.
realize how immune I am.
So
I don't think anybody realizes.
The solar pirates are carting off hordes of treasure and corporate filings. He turns to Dumond, extends a hand.
Captain Dumond will grip it, grip his wrist in that sort of thing and pull him in for a hug and say, "My friend, our time together has been short, but it has been most enjoyable. I hope you won't hesitate to call on me should I have to be able to return the favor."
Rest assured, old friend. New friend. Sorry.
Feels like we've known each other forever.
That it has. I'll have the Promethean bump you back towards the hub. Should get you back to dock for repairs.
I appreciate it, I do.
May we meet again soon, friend. As Yarrow grabs a ladder and flies away as the Promethean bumps you back on course.
See, what I'm imagining is that for us, this was an epic battle. For the greatest airship in the setting. And for Dread Admiral Yarrow, this was a fucking Tuesday, and he's really disappointed that the fight was not more interesting.
Yeah.
I am imagining that he came onto the ship, and after the initial encounter, he was really disappointed, and now he's just like got a vendetta for Gallant.
I put on me fancy hat for this.
I feel like Gallant has a new worst enemy that he doesn't even remember the name of.
So this is a hook and pan situation.
Yeah, like he's gonna be like Gallant, and Gallant's gonna like look up at him like,
What the fuck
"Why
are
do
you?
you look familiar? Have we met before?"
Okay, is there anybody left on my ship?
No, as it
It's not
pans
supposed to be
out, Skater Kid finishes up as he hits his 5th round, spray painting in Spirit of the Unknown.
Excellent.
Thus,
And I hope he added some artistic flair while he was there.
Oh, it looks immaculate. As he finishes,
Excellent.
the ship comes back to life. Wheel's still not there. You're gonna have to fix that, but
Yeah, I got it on the hold. I think I've got like a friggin' steering wheel from a Mercedes or something down there. It'll serve for the time being.
But it's not marbled oak.
No, there will be a reckoning for that eventually.
so
Oh,
Evil
it's
Squad has
very important to me to have that wheel for a thing I need to ask Sam about.
All right. So Evil Squad has escaped with their cargo, but down the Spirit of the Unknown, and
Which wasn't really ours to begin with, so it's only fair.
And Captain Dumont
No.
is back in the game.
Back in
Hell
business,
yeah.
boys.
All right.
Now,
What's up?
as Evil Squad doesn't get points for us, but all the other versions do, I would vote that Derek gets 2 willpower or 2 experience points for his incredible showing here.
I'll agree to that if everyone else does.
I'm fine with it. That was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed being the guest villain in your story. Oh, what with working with bloodthirsty
Honestly,
sky
I'm
pirates.
100% glad that Exit Wound didn't actually decapitate you in one shot. That would have been really upsetting.
That would have been really inconvenient because we would have
as
had
I'm
to do
saying
this
it,
all
I'm
over
like-
again in another month.
Yeah, like I was literally sitting here like I don't want to just have him like walk out on the deck without like realizing that, because that would just be like so anticlimactic.
You should build an instant resurrection power on Dumont called Retcon. It needs to have some serious
No.
caveats to activate, but
No, Dumont lives and dies by dramatic tension.
Yes, absolutely. There will be no retcons here.
yeah, I mean, like, if he would just be immediately murked in a way that was completely non-interesting and everyone thought was a shame, I feel like it shouldn't take.
You know, I thought about building a power like
Surprised
that.
if you guys can still hear me. That Exit Wound is even alive after that encounter, because he most definitely should have been white pasted by that weird light guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of got lucky that he didn't ever actually engage.
Yeah, but, like, the
Dread
Gear Boys are
Admiral
going to
Yarrow.
be...
Well, that was the thought was like I could theoretically shoot at that guy instead, but like if Captain Dumont looks alive, then he would probably try to finish the first round. And my other thought was like,
Oh, now you're breaking up.
Oh, yeah, you're breaking up. Oh, well, you picked a good target or the right target, no matter what the case was, because Captain Dumont is a hell of a lot squishier than I think anybody else in this fight, aside from maybe Exit Wound.
yeah, I mean I was like not anticipating killing him by hitting him in the head again. I was more
Damn near
surprised
did.
I actually killed the beard. I didn't think I was going to actually kill him. I just figured he had like 1,000,000 extra tough or something, because Sam always builds characters with like 50 hit points.
Yes, he does.
So I was just like, I'm going to hit him, give him some days, and then run away like a true champion.
Like a true hero.
But Sam was just like, no, he's still alive. And I was like, cool. Can I still run away from him now that his head's gone? I hope. It seems he's upgraded from everybody in the setting.
So some people are super
Which
tough,
makes sense.
and
Which
now
makes
other
sense.
people die in one hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We
So
live in a world of glass and titanium.
also, I'm surprised that, like, I know Gallant's pretty durable because he's like really heavily invested in just two things, like being tanky and then that one attack that he can do multiple times.
Because
But
of
I didn't
his
think he was durable enough to survive a like 20 wide punch.
I mean,
because of his whole thing with how he experienced the world, I'm now really, really worried about what would happen if he met Chivalry, because Chivalry is a little knight.
Oh my god, you're adorable. I'm taking you home with me.
Yeah, he would probably be like, "Do you want to be my best friend?"
It's gonna be really awkward.
But yeah. So, Sam, are we gonna do note taking stuff again, or what?
So this was technically a guest episode, so the stuff from last week still applies.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
It's very important because Hub Squad kind of fell behind a session with how long the legal stuff took.
No, yeah,
For me
it's
to
fine.
take.
I figured there was a reason we were doing like the guest episode. I just wanted to clarify that we didn't need to, because my internet is like falling apart because I'm at my dad's house.
Nah, just I'll hopefully remember what we had dice on last week because I don't think we wrote it down. I think
I typed it in.
Oh,
I
okay,
typed
cool,
everything
cool,
in.
Cool. All right.
But yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
go because I'm actually standing outside on my cell phone to
Oh.
finish up the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Have a good night,
We
man.
appreciate your commitment. It was fun playing with you. I enjoyed your characterizations immensely. So,
Yeah. I wish Sam would have let me make more characters, so we had like a roster to cycle through. But we'll get there eventually, right?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. I'll be back.
All right, night, guys.
Later.
So,
Alex.
yeah.
Hmm.
All right. I'll end the.